Morning, here we go.
9 offices in South Florida, including downtown Fort Lauderdale, Coral Gables, and downtown Miami. 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE 1. That's 1-888.
Yes, we're live. Welcome to the program, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Welcome, one and all, to the show. What a great day. Major impeachment fails going on. Now, I talked about this, I think, before the trial began. In fact, I know I talked about this on the air before the trial began. So if you go back on my YouTube channel, Brian Craig, where I archive all of the radio shows, you can watch us live on YouTube Live and go back also. And before the impeachment trial ever began, I made a prediction, and it's about to come true. And it's about to come true with John Bolton. And I said to you that President Trump, his team, and the Republicans are setting the Democrats up so far as witnesses go. They're pretending not to want witnesses. They're sending out signals that they don't want witnesses. In fact, the way it's being presented in the media is, the Republicans have been defeated. Mitch McConnell admits he doesn't have the votes to stop witnesses. Mitch McConnell, the Republicans, the president, and his dream team of lawyers of Dershowitz, Jay Sekulow, Pam Bondi, Ken Starr, and others desperately want witnesses, but they're setting up the Democrats so that the Democrats are begging for witnesses. They're going to get witnesses probably, right? It looks like they're going to get John Bolton, who's been silent. And he's got everyone attacking him. Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity. Everyone's attacking him. Was it Tucker Carlson that said that John Bolton is that snake that President Trump was reading about in that poem on the campaign trail? This is all a setup. So the Democrats are pushing John Bolton. He's their savior. John Bolton is going to walk into the Senate trial. He's going to raise his right hand and swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help him God. And then he's going to clear President Trump. He's going to sit there. The Democrat witness is going to clear President Trump. Watch. That's what's going to happen. That is my prediction. I made this prediction before the trial began. I want to be clear about that, and I think I'm the only one making that prediction today. Now, a lot of these national personalities, Hannity, Tucker, I didn't hear Rush, so I don't know what Rush's position is on this. If you know, let me know. I don't know if any of them have made these predictions. I haven't heard anyone make this prediction, and maybe they're a party to it. Maybe they're so on the inside of Trump's inner circle that they're a party to it, and a lot of these big national conservatives are out there trashing John Bolton to help further set the Democrats up. You know, I was listening to a radio show over the weekend, and it was a conservative, and they made a very good point. They said that the Democrats need to be destroyed in this trial because this political impeachment as a political tactic has got to end, and the Democrats behind the impeachment need to feel the pain of their failure so that they don't do this again next month or next year or in 10 years. And when John Bolton comes in there, John Bolton is not going to perjure himself. I do not believe that he is going to lie to Congress. Do you think John Bolton is going to lie to Congress? I don't think he's going to lie to Congress. We know Trump did no wrong because they had multiple witnesses that backed up what the president said, and we've heard from the Ukrainian president, and we've also seen the transcript. So John Bolton is working with Trump right now. He's working with Trump. He's working with the legal team, and he's going to come in there. He's going to raise his right hand, take the oath, and then clear Donald Trump. And you heard it here first. I said it before the trial. I'm saying it today. Your thoughts on this certainly are welcome at 1-888-GO KANE 1-888-465-2631. That's what's going to happen here. You know, there's even articles out there trashing Bolton today about how George Bush had regrets about the recess appointment of Bolton and he felt betrayed, by Bolton. This is a humongous setup, and it's a great one. And the Democrats are going to look like the fools that they are. They are going to be. Remember, after the Mueller report cleared Donald Trump and Mueller's testimony cleared Donald Trump, remember Rachel Maddow, whose ratings tanked and she was crying on the air? That's how Nadler and Schiff and his team are going to feel when this is all over. And when their very own witness, the Democrats' very own witness, come in and clear President Trump, it's going to send shockwaves. And, by the way, they've got this deal where for every witness the Democrats get, the Republicans get, and vice versa. Who do you think will be the Republican witness? If they get Bolton, who's a witness for Trump, that's like getting a witness for the Republicans, right? Who will the Republicans call? Will it be Hunter Biden? Or will it be the whistleblower? 1-888-GO-KANE-1. It's a toll-free call from anywhere. 888-465-2631. Bolton will clear Trump, just like Mueller cleared Trump, just like the ambassadors cleared Trump, all the witnesses, even Vindman, all of them cleared Trump. So, John Bolton, why would you think he would do anything different? Unless he's going to perjure himself. I think he's working with Trump. And who will the Republicans call? Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, or the whistleblower? 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's our number. Good morning. You are on the radio.
Yeah, this is me, Richie. I'm going to
Yep.
turn on iHeartRadio. Your station's not on.
Well, we're on the radio. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, we're on the radio. I'll call the station and have them reboot the computer for the live audio feed, but I appreciate the heads up. All right, Richie. That's it. Yeah, okay. Can't help it. Well, sometimes, we are on so many platforms. The whole idea that all the platforms will be working 100% each and every day, that's why we're on so many platforms. If there's a problem on one, there's 12 others to go to. But, you can always watch us live on YouTube Live or on one of our 4 radio stations, one of our 3 FMs and AM station. You can always do that as well. But we're on 3 FM stations. We're on our AM station. We're on many platforms, including YouTube Live at Brian Craig. I will call the station during the break. But that's what's going to happen. Oh, by the way, everyone that turned out at Barry Siegel's workshops yesterday, it was great. I met a lot of listeners. Steve was at the 10 o'clock. I was at the 2. I met a lot of listeners. Steve and the room was jam-packed. I mean, jam-packed. In fact, usually Barry Siegel has tables. You get to sit at a table at your chair, and there were so many people at both events, there were no room for tables, just chairs. So it was a massive turnout at our workshops with attorney Barry Siegel yesterday. If I didn't get to meet you and talk to you, I apologize, Steve told me that the 10 o'clock was also jam-packed. That was awesome. So listen, I'm going to take this break just a minute early so I can call the radio station and have them reboot the computer, because sometimes that's what happens with the online audio feed. It has to be rebooted. My name's Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. All right, let's take that break. We'll be right back.
Right now, the U.S. is in the midst of a deadly opioid epidemic. In South Florida alone, someone suffers an overdose every 2 hours, either from heroin, fentanyl, or some other prescription medication that's as close as the family medicine cabinet. In fact, Mom and Dad's medicine cabinet is frequently the gateway to the horrors of hardcore addiction down the road. Drug problems left unattended are only going to get worse. This is not something you can do on your own. You need expert professional help, and if your family is disintegrating in front of your eyes and you feel helpless, I'm here to tell you that help is available. Call my good friend Sal at The Edge Recovery, 561 area code 523-4325. This is his personal cell phone, 561-523-4325. If your loved one refuses treatment, The Edge Recovery will conduct an intervention and get them into the treatment treatment plan that they need. The Edge Recovery offers every option from intervention to 30-day rehab to sober living to counseling with a licensed therapist, as well as group therapy treatment. It's covered by most insurance, but no matter what your situation is, the Edge Recovery has options for you. Call Sal at the Edge Recovery. Do it today. 561 area code 523-4325. Again, that's Sal's personal cell phone. 561-523-4325. If your loved one
Start paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
It's
They have all
iHeart's
the
got a
major
technical
brands
problem.
like
The board
Goodyear
op
and
just
Firestone at discount
sent me a
prices
text
that
message.
absolutely can't be beaten. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. We are live streaming everywhere else because I checked. The radio station got in touch with me, Rich Allen up there, and I did check myself on a couple of platforms, including TuneIn. So we are live streaming online. There might be a tech issue with iHeart. I don't know, but we're streaming everywhere else. Good morning. You're on the air.
The phone. iHeart has everything else but your station. They have the.
Well, there's a technical issue with our feed, but we're on all the others. It's no conspiracy, Richie. Don't worry. No conspiracy. People get paranoid. People think, and a lot of radio hosts buy into this stuff. No, there's no conspiracy, people. No conspiracy. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. So John Bolton will be clearing Trump. And what's going to happen when John Bolton comes in there and clears President Trump? What do you think the reaction will be of the media? Because what's going on is Trump has never broken a law. They don't know what's going on. They can't handle it. They're having all kinds of problems. And they know they're losing. So what they do is they always have this hope that this one thing is going to help them. If they can just get this one thing through, that'll be their savior, right? And this happened during Kavanaugh. And I know there's a lot of comparisons to Kavanaugh and what went on with Kavanaugh. They had, the Blasey Ford, that was going to be it. And if you remember when Kavanaugh was confirmed, remember all the women that went to the Supreme Court chambers and they were trying to pry the doors open? Remember all of that? But they always have this hope that this last thing is going to come through. And when this last thing happens, that's when they're going to be, they're going to get it. They're going to get what they want. They're going to get Trump. We just need this one witness. And when we get this one last witness, that is going to turn everything around. All right, let's go back to these phones. Hello?
You're on the radio. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. Whatever. Well, no, we're not on one. I know. What can you do? I know. We're on so many platforms. I can't. I'm turning into tech support here. Okay, appreciate it. Thanks so much. All right, you're on the air. Okay.
We've fallen into the pit. Say Bolton says Trump said he wanted to go after Biden. So what? He should go after
Steve
Biden.
Kane Show.
Democrats' whole thing was that Biden's a presidential candidate, not that he's a crook.
Yeah. 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 Well, I think I would care a lot when he comes in and clears them. I think it'd be exciting because the Democrats.
Clear him of what? You fall into the trap. Clear him of what? We have proven the case. The other day, Pam Bondi and another lawyer proved the case that Biden is as crooked as could be, and there's been no investigation. The Democrats have tried to cover this up for years, and now it's exposed. So clear Trump for what? For doing his job?
And by the way, the iHeart is back up, Richie. As you've been talking, I checked it out. We're back on iHeart. Everything's back. There's peace in the world.
We've fallen into this. Well, who cares what Bolton says? If Bolton
Well, because Richie, listen, this is awesome. This is awesome. See, don't you understand? The Democrats are pushing, and the media, they're pushing so hard for Bolton. They think he's their savior. He comes in, he takes the oath, he tells the truth, and he clears Trump. Can you imagine what it's going to be? Can you imagine what it's going to be like watching MSNBC and CNN after that? Oh my goodness, it's going to be must-watch television.
Yeah, it'd be destroyed. Listen, I think they have proven that Biden is as crooked as could be, and the American people are not stupid. I called you yesterday, $83,000 a month, him and Terry's son, for 17 months, while the average American makes $54,000 a year for family of four.
Yeah.
I think the average American sees this is as corrupt.
And that's so misleading because, you know, all these people that are making 83 grand a month like Hunter Biden, you know, make that average go up higher than it even is. Yeah, I know, Hunter Biden, you know, with his... But getting back to this, as opposed to who cares, it's being talked about in the news. Do you think, it looks like they're going to have witnesses, right? So the Democrats call John Bolton. Who do the Republicans, who does Trump's team call? Who do you think they call? The whistleblower, Hunter Biden? Who do they call?
Whistleblower, they got another thing now where the whistleblowers try to go after him for other things. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All over the place.
Yeah. This guy is a low-level dirtbag who's got it in for Trump, who's causing all sorts of...
If they call the whistleblower, the Trump team, the Democrats are going to be in a panic because Schiff and his staff were colluding with him prior to everything happening. So they very well may go to the courts, all the way to the Supreme Court, to try to block the whistleblower being called as a witness. Steve KANE Show.
Oh, yeah, but here's the big thing. I don't think they're going to go to witnesses.
Mitch McConnell said he doesn't have the votes to stop witnesses.
No, they're going to have the votes at the end of the questioning because you know what the first question is going to be pointed at? It's going to be pointed at Schiff. Did you know the whistleblower? Did your staff know the whistleblower? He's got to answer questions just like from the Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
Have to be.
But here's the thing, though. Unless they swear him in, he can say whatever he wants. If he says, if Schiff can lie to the Supreme Court justice all day and all night, as if he's not sworn in, he has to be sworn in. Did he take an oath to tell the truth? Well, then, that would be great. But the question has to be a little clearer. Did your staff have contact with the whistleblower? Because he may, yeah.
So did you know who the because he says he doesn't know who the whistleblower is. He will be caught in a trap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. All right, it's exciting. It's exciting. All right, Richie the bus driver. Good morning. You are on the radio. Hello. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning. It's your buddy Al, the guy who you think doesn't have his college kids plan paid for.
Okay.
I'll make a gentlemanly bet with you. I'll fax you over my payment plan showing that it's paid for if you can go one day without licking Trump's boots.
Well, first of all, I don't consider myself a bootlicker of Trump. I'm a supporter and loved President Trump, that's for sure. But if you listen to the show at all, I don't gamble. I do not gamble. I do not make bets with anyone. Steve's tried to make bets with me with as little as a nickel, and I don't gamble. And so I'm not going to bet with you. Yeah.
Gee, like I said, when you guys can't make an argument, you want to delve into...
Okay, what argument are we trying to make that we cannot make? So could you share, let's get specific. What argument are we not able to make?
You can't make a defense for Trump. And when you can't...
Well, hold on. When someone breaks no laws, they don't need a defense. It is for somebody to be proven guilty, not be proven innocent. You know, do you know how our system of justice works? People are presumed innocent in the American justice system. You know that, right? Everyone's presumed innocent. Even OJ, when he was on trial, presumed innocent.
Okay, well, look at it.
Oh, is this a shocker to you that people are presumed innocent until they're proven guilty in a court of law in America? This sounds like you're shocked by that. I heard you like jump back a little bit when I shared that.
No, I'm not shocked, but yes, I got to tell you this: Ken Starr was useless, and basically, the Trump's lawyers seem like the Confederacy of idiots.
That seems. I know you're big on the name calling, very big on the name calling. Give me an example that shows that Pam Bondi or the great Alan Dershowitz are idiots.
Excuse me?
You said that they're idiots, the Trump defense team. Pam Bondi's on the defense team. Alan Dershowitz is on the defense team. Give me an example of Pam Bondi or Alan Dershowitz looking like idiots.
They're a confederacy of idiots. And I like the way you do that.
Well, give an example. Pick any up. Give an example of something that one of the Trump Dream defense team did that you say makes them look like an idiot.
Okay, this is the only credit I'll give Dershowitz.
Now, I'm not asking for credit. You say they are a confederacy of idiots, right? Former Attorney General of Florida, the man who helped get O.J. Simpson acquitted of 2 murders he was guilty of, you know, Jay Sekulow, all these brilliant people. Give an example of something that they have said or done during this trial that makes you say that they are a confederation of idiots. What have they done that's idiotic?
You won't let me finish the sentence.
Go, come on.
Okay, once again, you guys have fallen into the trap of labeling yourselves to try to give yourself some air of superiority.
You're not answering the question. You said they're idiots, and I'm asking you to explain to me something they've said or done in the trial that makes them look like idiots. That's the sound of silence. Hello?
And once again, Pam Bondi, she gets up there and talks about Hunter Biden for an hour and a half. You know, everybody's been talking.
No, she wasn't talking about Hunter Biden for an hour and a half. She was using left-wing mainstream media accounts to show that Joe Biden is a crook and his son is a crook, okay? And that Joe Biden was misusing the office of President of the United States to make himself rich. That's not idiotic. That was a moment of brilliance. What did Pam Bondi say about the Bidens that was not true?
Her a failed perfume salesman to be the president's advisor. No one bats an eye. Jared Kushner, her husband, he's supposed to be hashing out. No.
You're talking about Ivanka and they're not on the defense team. What did Pam Bondi say about the Bidens that was not true?
Anything.
What did Pam Bondi say about the Bidens that was not true?
The nepotistic.
Nepotistic? Listen, nepotism is not illegal. Okay? It's not illegal to apply nepotism to your business. Joe Biden's problem is the federal government of the United States is not his private business like the Trump Organization, which is the private company. It's not even a public company. It's a private company. What did Pam Bondi say about the Bidens that was not true?
Ivanka Trump to be the president's advisor. Answer me.
I'm not answering you. What do you think you are? Tom Cruise and A Few Good Men? You think I'm Jack Nicholson? I'm not answering. You've totally... You were attacking Pam Bondi for talking about the Biden corruption. What did Pam Bondi say about either Biden that was not true?
Take it easy.
What? Oh, he can't think of anything. He's hung up. He hung up. Oh, my goodness. Good morning. You are on the radio. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Brian. Me in Boston.
Hey, Tony. Hey, long time no hear, Tony. How you doing?
You guys have been agreeing with you, so I had no reason to call in. You haven't ran my blood pressure up. I'm doing great. Happy New Year to you guys as well down there. Listen, for one thing, I don't know what happened with Richie's iHeart, but I was listening to you guys on iHeart.
Maybe, I think Richie had the volume turned down. He had the volume turned down or something, yeah.
Through fine.
Yeah.
As the impeachment sham trial goes, I want to hear from Hunter Biden and Joe and Schiff. Those are the only three I think they should call.
Yeah.
Just for all of his lies.
Well, so what do you, so do you agree with me that John Bolton is working with Trump and that he's going to come in there and clear President Trump of any wrongdoing again?
Yeah, well, I just think Biden has Bolton's just going to be one of those people to go in there and make them look like the fools.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I wasn't that.
I can't wait. I'm going to watch it live. Whatever I'm doing, I'm going to stop. And when Bolton comes in there, I hope they bring him in. When John Bolton comes in, and Schiff and Nadler, whichever one of those two clowns gets up and says, was there a quid pro quo between the president? Did he tell you to withhold? First of all, John Bolton doesn't have the authority to withhold funding of anything. He's not in a chain of command. He's really an advisor, was his job. But regardless of that, he has no authority over any government person except maybe his office staff when he was there. But regardless of that, did President Trump order aid to Ukraine stopped until he investigated his political opponents, including the Bidens? And when John Bolton says no, under oath, mind you, I can't wait to see that live. I can't wait. Steve KANE Show.
I find it kind of ironic. All four the managers, House managers on the Democrats here, Schiff, Jeffries, and Demings, Val Demings, and the other person there. You know, all four of those people voted against the bill giving aid to Ukraine. Did you know that?
I don't think so. No, it's not the same Tony. Yes, they did. Yeah, that Lofgren too. Did you mention her? The one from the Nixon impeachment. You know, Lofgren. She voted against the funding for Ukraine as well. They absolutely did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Well, listen, I'll be in Florida next week, so maybe I'll stop in to see you guys.
Oh, that would be great. Let me know the day before so we know you're coming by, so we can let our security detachment know. Okay, take care. Yeah, we got a lot of security here. You just can't show up. All right, let's take one more before we break. Good morning. You are on the radio. Hello.
Yeah, that miserable Democrat that just called you about Pam Bondi.
Yes.
Had the actual bank accounts of Hunter Biden. She had the proof showing the paper of the $83,000 a month. So what is he talking about? That guy's a jerk. He's a typical Trump typical man in his life.
Who do you? Okay. Do you agree with me that John Bolton is going to clear Trump?
I don't know what he's going to say, but it don't matter. Just like you said, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He said it don't matter.
Yeah.
I called you.
Yeah.
By the sick man that's mentally ill.
Well, he's got Trump derangement syndrome.
No, he's a mentally ill guy. You can tell in his voice.
Yeah.
Trump so much that he just needs to put him down.
Yeah.
So he did the greatest job there.
You know, all those interviews that Pam Bondi played of Hunter Biden, the one question he was not asked is, what did he do when he was on that board for that $83,000 a month? Did he ever show up to work? Did he ever do anything other than maybe show up at a board meeting and sign in? Did he actually do anything?
No, he didn't do anything.
No.
We show up twice a year.
Correct.
So whatever.
Because you're legally obligated to. Yeah. That's right. All right, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. All right, let's take our break. It is, oh my goodness, 33 minutes after the hour. Phones are on fire. You're welcome to call in 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Craig here. Conservative Doug called me up live on the air to tell me about his experience at Friendly Tire.
I had two ball tires in the back of my Infiniti. So I called them up, and I always check prices first. Half the price of everybody else.
Half the price? Half the price at Friendly Tire. Wow.
Half the price, and not only that, his tires, which nobody had, the tires I was looking at, had any mileage guarantee. His is 60,000 mile warranty. So
wow.
They're not only half the price, they're twice as good.
So you're a repeat customer over there at Friendly Tire. You bought new tires, right? So you bought new tires because they also sell used
tires, starting at just $30 for most sizes. But you bought new tires, and they were half the price at Friendly Tire than at the other tire shops around town. That is phenomenal, and came with a 60,000-mile warranty on the tires. That's great. And, of course, Friendly Tire, they never charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or dispose of your old tires. The price that they give you are out the door and on the road. And
Rick, everybody should go there. I don't know how anybody could buy tires anyplace else. This guy is the best prices.
that's right. That's
Steve
right.
Kane Show.
Listen, give Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire a call. His number, 954-977-9445.
Welcome, everyone.
He'll
Make sure you
quote right over the
subscribe, all right?
phone. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net, or you can just stop right in. The address is listed at stevekaneshow.com. 5415 Northwest 15th Street in Margate, and that's just a little north of Coconut Creek Parkway on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Well, Conservative Doug, thanks so much, and I'm glad you got such a great deal on your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Attention homeowners, this is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. I'm here to cut your electric bill and save you a lot of money. Perhaps even eliminate your electric bill altogether. We do this by making your entire home energy efficient, by upgrading some or all of the following: roofs, doors, windows, insulating your attic, AC systems and ducts, hot water heaters, and even adding solar. Energy efficient improvements that actually pay for themselves over a short period of time. Our program is designed to make the savings on your electric bill pay for all or part of your low monthly payments. The PACE program is government sponsored and gives you up to 30 years to pay. Requires no credit check, no money down, no income verification, and no payments for up to 18 months. You only need to be current.
Plumber Michael, didn't you take Joe's name? Joe the plumber?
Energy savings and hurricane solutions made easy. Call 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500 to start saving money now.
Hey, Sarah. Yeah, my wife and I went out to dinner with Sarah last
Is
night.
brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Veterans and spouses of veterans, you may be entitled to benefits that you are not aware of, including long-term care benefits. Call attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group.
I know, Mike, I
and
know.
find out what benefits are available to you. With offices in Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale, call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782. 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWE.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hey, Brian, it's Jeff from Maine.
Jeff in Maine, how are you? So is John Bolton going to clear Donald Trump, you think? Do you agree with me or not?
You know, I almost think he would shoot himself in the foot, and his book would tank like Hillary Clinton's if he does.
No, it wouldn't, because if he comes in and clears Trump, and we see that he's working for Trump, people like you and me will buy the book just to support John Bolton.
I agree with that assessment.
So it's going to go, it'll skyrocket.
Yes, it would. And, you know, did you watch the Trump rally?
I did.
That crowd outside was so huge, and the mainstream media won't show this. And did you hear the part when he said, "Would you like me to come back this summer and go to the Meadowlands Stadium?"
Yeah.
I think he's going back there. He said he's going to go back there in the summer, and I think he'll pack that stadium. My point is, if he can go to a Democrat state, Brian, and pack a stadium, the Democrats are going to implode. They're not going to. They can't stop this. What's coming? Even with all this crap, he's still growing in numbers.
Yeah, and that whole area is surrounded by Democrats, too, not just Jersey. I mean, that was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Well, Brian, that is something I don't think the mainstream media will ever discuss.
And they have, and this is going on during an impeachment trial. No president in the history of the presidency has had rallies like this. No one. And you know what I would consider, the Trump rallies are a historical phenomena that will be remembered like the Lincoln-Douglas debates. It really will be.
And I think that every rally from I put this on your post on this YouTube show, that after this
State of the Union address. I believe it's going to be the greatest State of the Union address ever. And two, after this, the stadiums are going to grow expeditiously.
Well, yeah, I mean, Donald Trump has liberated this country from the corrupt politicians. These corrupt politicians in the impeachment trial from the House of Representatives have really exposed themselves for what the opposition to Trump is all about. Now, I haven't heard anything about the State of the Union being moved from the 4th. It's still set for the 4th, isn't it?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, so if there's witnesses, the trial will still be going on. If there's no witnesses, he could be acquitted by Friday, they're saying, or Saturday. But if there's witnesses, it'll still be going on.
And I think the State of the Union is going to be the greatest all time.
Yeah. I mean, look at what Trump's accomplished. When what the State of the Union is typically for past presidents is a bunch of promises about what they're going to do. Hillary care, And what Trump is going to do when he goes up there is tell you what he's done. There's a big difference. Yeah, because the other presidents don't do anything.
He could talk for an hour just on his accomplishments and not stop talking.
Yeah. Well, it is absolutely amazing. And look at all that he's accomplished when he has the bureaucracy and half of the Congress against him. Think about what he could do if they weren't so corrupt in Washington. It's amazing.
Certainly.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's making this problem. Well, Steve and I are going to be a Wings Plus. You can fly down from Maine, it'd be worth it. Yeah, you can. The planes go from Maine to Fort Lauderdale. You fly into Fort Lauderdale, you're not too far. But Steve and I are going to be at the State of the Union at Wings Plus State of the Union night. We're going to be there on Sample Road in Coral Springs. Everyone in the listening audience is invited, including Jeff from Maine.
And Brian, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I have the greatest followers. I have met people I've never seen, but I think I know them like they were standing next to me. What a great crowd of followers you have.
Yeah, Steve and I were at, our Barry Siegel workshops yesterday. I met a lot of listeners, many people I have never met before, and gentlemen and gentle ladies all.
Amen.
All right, take care. All right, Steve in Royal Palm. Hey, Steve, good morning.
Morning. First off, understand this. If they start calling witnesses, whether it's Bolton or whoever, the thing is that the Democrats have to worry about is they have to protect their king, which is ultimately Obama. Because if they can show through any of these witnesses, specifically the Bidens, because you remember that little conversation he had when he was telling them, I held up that $1.5 billion of getting up.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, something like, does Obama know? Yeah, call him.
Call him, yeah.
So if they point out, if Trump's lawyers, let me back up, any lawyer that's worth his salt that I ever saw actually operate, before he'd ask a person a question on the stand, he already knew the answer. The lawyer already knew what that person was going to say.
Yes.
Now you have, in defense to the bozo who called and wanted to show you his college kids' payments.
Yeah.
Lawyers are the pick of the litter. Trump can afford any lawyer he wants, and he's got Dershowitz, he's got Bondi. Those are two outstanding. Plus Sekulow, these are amazing.
Oh yeah.
So they already are prepared. And if they get Biden or any of those people...
Well, so what do you think happens? Okay, so do you agree with me that Bolton will come in and clear Trump?
Of course he's going to.
Okay, yeah.
Political animal.
Yes.
Shuts Trump down. If he says anything negative against Trump...
He's done.
Political life is...
Plus, he'd have to perjure himself because we know that President Trump did not do what's being alleged. So I don't think he would perjure himself. I don't think he'd lie to Congress. You can go to prison for that. So they get Bolton. Who do you think the Trump dream team of lawyers will call? Whistleblower? Hunter Biden? Who do you think they'll call?
If I was them, I'd call them all.
Well, no, they'll only get one. If they only got one, let's say the Democrats get Bolton, the Republicans get one. Who is the one you would call if you could only call one?
I'd put Daddy Biden up there.
Oh, my goodness.
As much power as possible.
He would probably have a breakdown.
He's a civilian.
Yeah.
He's a former vice president.
That's correct.
He's a politician.
And he's a crook. I mean, you know what? There's no the only difference between Biden and Agnew is that Agnew what he did was before he was vice president, and it was for a little bit of money, not this kind of money.
Well, also understand this: the Democratic Party doesn't want Bernie up there. Bernie's the man's insane.
Yeah.
Who else are they going to be looking at? Biden is probably their baby.
Oh my goodness.
Biden up there and a good lawyer. I've seen good lawyers take people and break them down to the point where they were crying.
Well, and you see Biden, there's a clip a day. I got a clip today I'm going to play of Biden a little bit. Biden keeps having these meltdowns with voters in Iowa out on the campaign trail. How's he going to do when he's being questioned by Sekulow and Dershowitz and Ken Starr? You know, I mean, how would he stand up to that when he's having meltdowns with just voters at town halls in Iowa who are Democrats?
Also understand Biden will represent the Democrat Party. You put up there for the world to see.
He'll have a meltdown.
Democrat Party. This is a man who's on the edge, and if you push him, I've had dealings with people in his position mentally, and you push
That'd be great TV,
they
Bruce.
either fight or flight. And that
he's not. This isn't the old. You know, people have this recollection of Joe Biden that is so skewed. You know, Joe Biden had a couple of quick when he was in the Senate. He had a couple of big soundbite moments where he said a word or two here and there. He was never great, as they've convinced themselves, and he's been doing very poorly on the campaign trail. He's had 2 meltdowns this week with voters who are Democrats in Iowa. You know, he can't, he's not that great even on a good day. He would have a meltdown on the stand. It would be like Inherit the Wind.
Watch Perry Mason, the old Perry Mason.
Yes.
The Perry Mason moment. Biden's going to admit to killing the Lindbergh baby.
I would imagine Biden up there in his current state, it would be like Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise. I think it would be brutal. Brutal.
Brutal. You don't even need brutal, because if you're brutal,
yeah, but Biden is arrogant and has no sense, and he would go on the attack. If he were up there being questioned, he would be very hostile and lose his cool.
Well, you can have Jay Sekulow, who seems to be a very quiet, easygoing, straight line kind of guy. Let him start questioning him, let him feed, and then all of a sudden Biden's going to fall into the trap. He's going to realize he's like a caged animal, and then you have to watch what his response will be.
Yeah.
He's a proud man. Biden's the former vice president of the United States.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed. Yeah. So's Spiro Agnew. So's Dan Quayle. You know, there's a lot of ex-vices running around.
That would be TV for history, to watch whoever they go after. These lawyers are sharp cookies. These lawyers have been inside courtrooms. It's not like a lawyer who's a corporate guy who's writing books. Every one of these people have actually had the involvement with going after individuals, whether they're prosecutors or defending people. They're actually in combat.
Yeah. Well, listen, I gotta run for a break, but all right, Steve, I gotta go for a break. But thanks for the call. That's Steve in Royal Palm. He was with us on our last cruise. Had a great time on that. All right, hey, listen, we'll take our break. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show. Don't go anywhere.
Our president is being harassed by the left with the impeachment trial. Stand up and support President Trump. Join Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, as we stand up for President Trump at Wings Plus on State of the Union night, and we are going to watch the State of the Union together. Wings Plus is located about 1 mile west of University Drive on the south side of Sample Road in Coral Springs. Join us and support our president. State of the Union night at Wings Plus. Join Steve Kane and Brian Craig. We'll see you there.
If you suffer from excruciating back pain or sciatica, pay careful attention to what I'm about to tell you. According to a study in the medical journal Spine, back surgeries to alleviate back pain frequently backfire, leaving the patient in more pain than before they had the surgery. A second study from the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine provides clear evidence that 74% of surgeries for back pain fail. But there is an end to your suffering. There's a solution to your problem waiting for you with Dr. Troy Lemaski. Dr. Troy Lemaski is my personal chiropractor, and if the name sounds familiar, it should. He's the brother of Dr. Janae Lemaski. Dr. Troy specializes in the elimination of back pain, sciatica, joint pain. He does it quickly, easily, and without surgery or pain medication. While he can help you with your back and neck pain, Dr. Troy also provides treatment for the hips, the shoulders, the knees. If you've been in
Oh,
a
guys,
car
come on.
accident,
Relax a little
anytime
bit in the
injury,
chat room.
or slip and fall, the pain won't go away. Well, if you want to get back to your old self, you want to call Dr. Troy. His number 954-463-3036. That's 954-463-3036. Online at drtroylemaski.com. Tell him that Steve Kane sent you.
Donald Trump here. You're listening to the most pro-Donald Trump radio show in America, The Steve Kane Show. I love this show. Melania and I listen all the time. There's no better way to get the word out about your business than advertising here. Make America great again and advertise your business on The Steve Kane Show.
Thank you, President Trump. Call 1-888-GO-KANE1. That's 888-465-2631. Meet with me, Brian Craig, and Steve Kane, and we will be hearing about you and your business on the longest-running radio show in Florida. The Steve Kane Show, 888-465-2631.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show, live in Morning Drive on 1470 AM and 95.
That's right. And some other stations, too. We got to update those. I'm Brian. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Indeed, it is. What a glorious day. Oh, man. You know, do you want to look better, feel younger? Do you want your sex drive back? Call Dr. Mitch Matez. Talk to him about hormone replacement pellet therapy. Yeah, I tell you, hormone replacement pellet therapy is life-changing, and I can tell you that because it's changed my life. I go day and night. I work dark to dark. I do 2 shows a day. I work all day. I got so much going on, you have no idea. I get very little sleep. And I'm able to do that because at the age of 48 years old, my hormone levels have been restored to the levels that they were when I was 25. And I eat better than I feel better than when I was 25 because I'm not drinking and partying every night, and I eat a lot better too. You take better care of yourself when you're older in that regard. So I feel better than I did when I was in my 20s. And I'll tell you, you know, guys out there that are suffering from sexual dysfunction, erectile dysfunction, hormone replacement pellet therapy can give you the ability to get and maintain an erection on demand. Not just taking a pill and waiting around, on demand. And of course, women, hormone replacement pellet therapy completely reverses the signs and symptoms of menopause. The night sweats, the mood swings, gone. Vaginal dryness, gone. And women, it will restore your sex drive as well. Call Dr. Mitch Matez, a completely free consultation for listeners of the Steve Kane Show, and talk to him about hormone replacement therapy. 561-953-5490. 561-953-5490. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Brian?
Yes?
Ray of Sunrise.
Hey. Hey, Ray.
Agree with you. I totally disagree with you about the witnesses. First of all, I don't know how you can think that Bolton is going to clear Trump in light of what that leak to the New York Times was. You know, they can deal with Bolton the way Hannity says and Rush says and so on. Let him come on the show, or just ask him in public, anything. The real issue here is what does the Constitution say, and what's the bad precedent? Like Richard says, of falling into this perjury trap again. The possibility here, the only person that can counter whatever Bolton's going to say is Donald Trump. That's what they want. That's the big fish. They always have these fishing expeditions going all the way back to Russia collusion, the Mullah, everything else like that. Brian,
Yeah.
agree with you.
Okay.
The House impeaches. The Senate tries. Now, this is not a trial like a normal trial. The Senate is is supposed to make a decision based on the evidence that the House produces.
That's right.
They've had their case. They had all their witnesses.
But Ray, here's where I disagree. Here's where I disagree with you. Okay? No matter what, when the acquittal happens, and it will happen, they're never going to accept the victory of President Trump's acquittal. But the Democrats have to be destroyed in this. This has to really send a strong message to them that when you disagree because you lost the election, you don't impeach a president and put the whole country and the Congress through this. The people behind this impeachment need to be taught a big lesson here about not using impeachment as a political tool during an election. And bringing Bolton in, who will clear Trump, is because remember, nobody is saying
that.
Because no one has seen the manuscript of this book except the New York Times. Okay? I don't think John Bolton's going to lie under oath. We know Donald Trump didn't do what's being alleged here. I see Bolton clearing him, unless he's going to lie under oath. It's okay to lie in a book. That's not perjury. You lie to in the Senate trial, you can go to prison.
But we don't even know what he lied. We don't even know what's in the book. Every time there's been a leak, the whistleblowers, it's always collapsed. Because when it comes down to putting the whistleblower on the stand, what happened? He never showed up. So all we have is the lies. Now you said
Whistleblowers never been called because Republicans couldn't call witnesses. You know, so
that's what I'm saying. They've already destroyed themselves. They destroyed themselves last night. Look at the rally we talked about, right? The arena could fit 7,500 people, they said. They filled in the floor. So Trump said between 7,500, maybe even 10,000, okay? The point is 150,000 people signed up to try to get in there, Brian.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
The Democrats have been exposed just by these rallies that Trump is having and everything else. And forget the polls, the stupid polls are all made up to tell us what they want us to think about. No, there's no quid pro quo. There's no conditions. There's the Ukrainians themselves have already exonerated Trump. We don't need any more witnesses because there's always a chance that there's going to be somebody tripping up. They throw these rocks out there. Somewhere along the line, somebody's going to trip up, and I'm afraid Trump will. Because Trump is going to Twitter. They want him on the stand, and he said sometimes that's what he wants to do. No, I disagree. Plus, they're dragging this thing out again. Who knows what else might come up? Get the damn thing over.
No, I think the Democrats need to be devastated at the end of this trial. It can't just be an acquittal. They need to truly be exposed. And if John Bolton is called, the media and the Democrats are going to be hyping that up like no one's business. It's going to be the most watched televised testimony in 20 years on television when Bolton shows up. And he's going to come in there and he's going to clear President Trump. And it's going to be a total meltdown of the media and the left. They'll be totally discredited. And then, boom, the acquittal comes in, and that's it. When their own witness clears Trump. And he'll be very clear about it, too.
I'm not sure I agree with that. That's what's going to happen. That's a preposition. The facts are they have already been discredited. What Pam Bondi did, what Jay Sekulow did, what Jim Jordan did, what Dershowitz has done. It's all out there. Everybody has been told that they're lying scum, you know what? And I mean, it's all, they've already been disgraced. These people, at the rally last night, how many thousands were there? Democrats that showed 25%. They had a survey or something that they have a way of people make out a form or something, and they know what kind of people were at this rally, right?
Yeah.
25% were Democrats.
That's amazing. People are switching. Yeah, people are switching.
To be a Republican.
That's right. The Democrat voters are switching. This election is going to be the biggest landslide since Reagan. I mean, he can't win California. He can't win New York. Yeah.
That's what's going to expose these Democrats. That's where it's going to come down to the ballot box. I don't want this going on. They could put this on through the election. This is
Well, I truly hope, now, do you think that the Republicans are going to retake the House?
absolutely.
Yeah.
As you just said, this is going to be such a landslide. Not only what we've already talked about, the black vote, the people. You know how many people, how many blacks,
Oh, yeah.
black friends? I talked to them. They can't say it in their churches. They can't say it among some of their friends, but some of them.
That's right.
I mean, they are.
Well, listen, I gotta run for the top of the hour, Ray. But I hope you make it on a State of the Union night to Wings Plus at Coral Springs on Sample Road. You've been there before. Oh, by the way, Wings Plus have a whole new collection of Trump 2020 hats that you can buy when you're over there, guys. And they're really, Steve wore his yesterday to the studio, and they look great. I'm gonna pick one up when I'm there on State of the Union night. It's faded. I've worn my hats out.
A car, Brian. Hey, we got to get out there and fight.
That's right, we're fighting. All right, Ray, take care. We got to run at 7 a.m. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. Don't go anywhere.
5.3 FM, 96.9 FM, 103.9 FM, and AM 1470. WWNN Pompano Beach is the Florida Money Talk Network.
Many people are suffering with depression, anxiety, addiction, trauma, loneliness, low self-esteem, and problems with intimacy. Day and night, they struggle to make it through. If you're feeling overwhelmed, confused, frustrated, lost, and fear never being able to find satisfaction in your intimate relationships, it's time to be proactive. Call me. Let's talk. I am Dr. Janae Lomaski, a licensed psychologist. You can reach me at 561-777-2021. That's 561-777-2021. Or you can find my number at stevekaneshow.com.
Right now, the U.S. is in the midst of a deadly opioid epidemic. In South Florida alone, someone suffers an overdose every 2 hours, either from heroin, fentanyl, or some other prescription medication that's as close as the family medicine cabinet. In fact, Mom and Dad's medicine cabinet is frequently the gateway to the horrors of hardcore addiction down the road. Drug problems left unattended are only going to get worse. This is not something you can do on your own. You need expert professional help, and if your family is disintegrating in front of your eyes and you feel helpless, I'm here to tell you that help is available. Call my good friend Sal at The Edge Recovery, 561 area code 523-4325. This is his personal cell phone, 561-523-4325. If your loved one refuses treatment, The Edge Recovery will conduct an intervention and get them into the treatment plan that they need. The Edge Recovery offers every option, from intervention to 30-day rehab to sober living to counseling with a licensed therapist, as well as group therapy treatment. It's covered by most insurance, but no matter what your situation is, The Edge Recovery has options for you. Call Sal at The Edge Recovery. Do it today. 561 area code 523-4325.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Veterans and spouses of veterans, you may be entitled to benefits that you are not aware of, including long-term care benefits. Call attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group and find out what benefits are available to you. With offices in Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale, call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782. 1-855-FLA-3782.
You're listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. I want to save you guys some money out there. Those of you that are either homeowners or own commercial property, and this can go for single-family homes, it can go for condos, it can go for mobile homes, anything where you have either homeowners insurance or sometimes it's called property and casualty insurance. I want you to call Debbie at I Will Advisors and have her review your policy. I review mine each and every year. That homeowner's policy or property and casualty policy go up each and every year, but it doesn't have to. Debbie at no charge will review your policy. And you know what? If you will find that there are cheaper options available, I'm telling you. A lot of people have their homeowner's insurance connected to their mortgage payment. If you lower your homeowner's policy, you've just lowered your mortgage payment without doing any refinancing. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. All right, now, first hour, pretty hot on the phones. I feel like almost a man alone. Some people out there agreeing with me. Just let me recap before I introduce some new topics. And you are all welcome to call at 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. I've just spilled some coffee on my pants. Luckily, it was not hot. It just looks like I wet myself, I guess. 1-888-GO-KANE 1. That's 888-465-2631. So what I was talking about in the first hour, which led to a lot of heated discussion on the phones, is I said this before the impeachment trial began. And go back on YouTube and look at those shows and you'll hear me say it. The Trump team and the Republicans are putting on a show here to humiliate the Democrats and the media, but the Democrats in this trial. President Trump, Mitch McConnell, and the dream team of lawyers defending our president want witnesses, including John Bolton. Remember, no one has seen a manuscript of John Bolton's book outside of him and his publishers, except for the New York Times, who've said all these things. John Bolton is going to come into the Senate chamber to testify. He is going to come in there as the savior of the media, as the savior of the Democrats. It'll be huge. It'll be like the day that Monica Lewinsky stepped on the curb at Starr's office for her deposition. It'll be huge. He's going to raise his right hand, John Bolton. He's going to swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. He's going to sit down and he's going to be questioned by Pizza the Hut or Adam Schiff or both, and he's going to clear President Trump and said none of these things happened. He did not withhold aid. He did not order aid withhold to investigate the Bidens, et cetera, et cetera. John Bolton is going to clear Trump. It is, as I was telling Ray this at the end of the last hour, it is important for the Democrats to be completely discredited, even among their own, like Rachel Maddow was with her viewers when the Mueller report cleared Trump. This is important. To if they just have a no witness, a simple acquittal vote, they're going to be impeaching him again next week in the House of Representatives. The Democrats have to be dealt with a serious political humiliation, and the mainstream media and the rest need to have the wind taken out of their sails through the humiliation of John Bolton coming in there and clearing the president. My prediction is John Bolton will come in and clear the president. 1-888-GO-KANE 1, that's our number, 888-465-2631. Good morning, you are on the radio.
Good morning. If they bring in Hunter Biden, what the Democrats bring in Jared Kushner?
Well, it's 1 for 1. So the Democrats want John Bolton. So they want John Bolton. That's their first witness. We know that, right? So they bring in John Bolton. Who do the Republicans call?
Schiff.
Okay. Why? What do they ask Schiff? What will they ask him? What would they ask him? The only one looking like a clown here is you.
What?
You heard me.
What'd you say?
I said the only one who's looking like a clown here is you.
Oh, me? No. You're dreaming about Bolton. Bolton hates
hates Trump. He's going to kill him.
But there's a difference between disliking someone and coming in and lying under oath in a criminal trial in the United States Senate. You can go to prison for that. You know, I'll give you an example, okay? Let's try to resurrect your call. Yeah, let's try, or resurrect you as a caller. Back in Ferguson, in the Michael Brown shooting by the police officer, there were all these so-called witnesses, and they were telling the media for months that Michael Brown had his hands up, was surrendering, and that the cop just executed him. Remember all of that? There were like a dozen. And then when they had a grand jury, and those people that talked to the media were called before the grand jury, and each of the people that were telling CNN and the media that hands up, don't shoot, all said that was not true and that Michael Brown attacked the police officer. Every one of those street witnesses cleared the police officer in the Michael Brown shooting because they were under oath, under penalty of perjury in front of a grand jury. It's not a crime to lie to the New York Times. In fact, a lot of people on the Trump train may think you're obligated to lie to the New York Times. So John Bolton, he's not going to, we know Trump didn't do what's being alleged, so is John Bolton going to lie to Congress under oath during a trial? Yeah, good. Save me the trouble of hanging up on him. Of course he will not. I know a lot of people say, why were you so rude to that caller? That caller has not called in a long time, maybe years. And some of these callers we have a history with. And that guy's been calling the show for as long as I can remember, although he hasn't called in a long, long time. He never has anything to say. No, nothing. Never has anything to say. And he and I had some run-ins in the past. We had some run-ins in the past. We had him in studio. And he brought some check stubs. Right, remember that? He brought some, his name's Jeff. He brought some check stubs in to prove that he was employed. And my recollection was he was working part-time as a substitute teacher at the age of 50 or 60-something. I can't remember. I can't remember. But anyway, that's that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So, you know, it is so important for the Democrats to be completely humiliated in this impeachment trial. And a simple acquittal. Any of you guys remember Jeff bringing in the check stubs? That was a great show. My recollection was they were old check stubs, too. I can't remember, Jeff. We've got a collection of people out there in the listening audience. No, the Democrats need to really feel this. You can't use impeachment because you lost an election. You can't use impeachment because you disagree with the president's policies. Okay? And if they're allowed to get away with this with a simple acquittal without a severe humiliation, they'll use it as a political tool from now and forever because they will have gotten away with it. And they cannot be allowed to get away with it. Now, I was asking this question yesterday. The Republicans taking back the House of Representatives, oh man, wouldn't that be glorious? Oh, that would be the best. If the Republicans take back the House of Representatives, can they investigate and have any type of repercussions to Adam Schiff if they find that he and his office were coordinating with the whistleblower? Can they do that? Should they do that? Would they do that? I would hope all of the above. Yes, 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 yes. Would be my wish, and they should. What has been going on here is such an abuse of power by the House of Representatives. It's something we have never seen before. And just a simple acquittal vote isn't going to send the message to these creeps that needs to be sent. They need to be basically, I'm talking about metaphorically tarring and feathering them. It's that important. What they're doing is so wrong here. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You know, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Oh, man. There is no better gift for Valentine's Day than the gift of a MyPillow. I got to tell you, MyPillow, you go to SteveKaneShow.com and you can get the phone number that I'm going to give you in case you miss it to order by phone. Because you can get take advantage of all of the specials we talk about at MyPillow.com and by calling. So go to mypillow.com, click the radio listener special. Great gift ideas. Buy one MyPillow, get one free when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. That's an incredible one. Let me tell you, anyone on your Valentine's gift-giving list will remember that one. Have you guys, overnight listeners, heard my wife and I discussed on the air MyPillow? You may have heard it on the overnights. I mean, my goodness. You know, that MyPillow, my wife gave me a MyPillow for Christmas, not this recent Christmas, the Christmas before that. So I've been sleeping on a MyPillow for over a year, and it's completely life-changing. With that MyPillow, it stops your tossing and turning because your head fits perfectly in that MyPillow with that patented fill. And in traditional pillows, when your head's not rested properly like it is on a MyPillow, you toss and turn at night. Every time you toss and turn, even though you may not remember it, it wakes you up. It's very similar to having sleep apnea. And you do not get a full night's sleep because you're constantly, even though it might be in a subconscious level, you're being taken out of REM sleep and you wake up dozens of times a night. With that patented fill, the tossing and the turning, it stops. Comes with a 10-year warranty to the MyPillow. It's machine washable. The buy one, get one free offer is spectacular for Valentine's Day. The MyPillow towel set, this is spectacular. Listen to this. Buy one set of MyPillow towels, get a second one for free when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. So buy one, get one set free of the MyPillow towels. Also, the MyPillow Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, buy one set, get the second set free, but you've got to use the promo code KANE. There's other great specials there as well, including the MyPillow mattress, where you can save up to $400 off of a MyPillow mattress when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. Boy, wouldn't your Valentine love a new mattress, huh? That's right. So you can go to mypillow.com and take advantage of these and the other specials when you use that promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. But you can also call and order by phone if you'd prefer to do that. Now, when you order by phone, make sure you spell out KANE for them, KANE. You can take advantage of all of these specials via phone. Here's the number to call, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. And remember, when you purchase MyPillow products, use that promo code KANE, KANE. Not only are you supporting the Steve Kane Show, and we thank you for that, you're also supporting the most out-of-the-closet pro-Donald Trump company in America, which is MyPillow. So that's great. Again, promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities. I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
If you suffer from excruciating back pain or sciatica, pay careful attention to what I'm about to tell you. According to a study in the medical journal Spine, back surgeries to alleviate back pain frequently backfire, leaving the patient in more pain than before they had the surgery. A second study from the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine provides clear evidence that 74% of surgeries for back pain fail. But there is an end to your suffering. There's a solution to your problem waiting for you with Dr. Troy Lamaski.
Be right back, guys. Make sure you subscribe.
He's a personal chiropractor, and if the name sounds familiar, it should. He's the brother of Dr. Janae Lamaski. Dr. Troy specializes in the elimination of back pain, sciatica, joint pain. He does it quickly, easily, and without surgery or pain medication. While he can help you with your back and neck pain, Dr. Troy also provides treatment to the hips, the shoulders, the knees. If you've been in a car accident, any type of injury, or slip and fall, the pain won't go away, well, if you want to get back to your old self, you want to call Dr. Troy. His number 954-463-3036. That's 954-463-3036. Online at drtroylemaskey.com. Tell him that Steve Kane sent you.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for Dope.
All righty, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. If you're just tuning in, what I've been talking about today is how President Trump's team, the president, and the Republicans are moving to set up the Democrats with witnesses. That John Bolton is going to come in there and clear President Trump. This is the plan, and it will totally tar and feather the Democrats. And the media are so excited. Go to the Drudge Report today. Here's the headline on Drudge. They've got this very strange picture of President Trump. Have you seen this? He's puckering his lips like he's about to kiss someone. He's standing next to Mitch McConnell, who never looks good. And here's the headlines on Drudge. McConnell doesn't have votes to block witnesses. Unexpected turn. Decision looms. Right? Here's another one. MAGA turns on Bolton. John Kelly is a witness? Come on. You know, these are all headlines on Drudge right now as we speak. You know, we often talk in the Trump train how President Trump is always 5 to 10 steps ahead of the opposition. Don't you see how far ahead he is here? This is so spectacular. Oh, man. How soon can we get John Bolton in there to testify? How soon? Oh, man. I can't wait. I am so excited. You have no idea. You have no idea. John Bolton, even if he hates him, will not perjure himself. Now, have you seen this hot mic moment on Fox News? I didn't catch this live. I picked it up this morning. I don't watch the Trump rallies on television very often. I watch the Trump rallies on Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube. They do very good. You know, they go to every Trump rally, no matter where it is. Right Side Broadcasting is there, and that's where I watch. I saw them at the Trump rally here in South Florida. Fox cut away from the Trump rally last night, and Trump flubbed a word. I want to play you the audio. Trump flubbed a word. I'm going to play it for you. Fox is cutting in, and when they turn the mic on, they turn it on a second too early. You hear someone laughing. Have you seen this hot mic moment? It's all over the Twitter. Now, here's the question. Who's laughing? I don't know. And is this how Fox News really feels about our president? They're laughing at him because he misspoke? Let me play this for you. Hot mic moment. Fox News last night. During the rally, they decided to cut away and go to another panel.
State these cases, you all know. No American should ever be hurt, harmed, or killed because left-wing politicians, Democrats, decided to shield and shelter.
Here it comes.
Look, wait. You have criminals. All right.
Did you hear that? Okay, he misspoke. Maybe lost where he was on the teleprompter. I don't know. And then you hear someone in the studio. This is Fox News. Then Martha McCallum comes in.
Look, wait. You have criminals. All right.
We're watching the president here.
Okay. Was that person giggling, laughing at the president? And who was that? It sounds like a woman. It's not Martha McCallum.
At shelter, look, wait. You have criminals. All right,
we're watching the president here.
There you go. So I don't know. Anybody know who that was laughing? Were they laughing at the president? Is this how Fox News really feels about our president? Perhaps. Perhaps not. We don't know. Oh, my goodness. I tell you. Now, Joe Biden yesterday had a strange conversation with a voter. It's a Democrat voter, and Joe Biden gets upset with this guy. He gets upset with this guy. And he gets upset with the guy because the guy tells him, I'm going to play the exchange. But I want to tell you what it is a little first, because the audio is not the best. So after I set up a little bit, you'll be able to hear it. You'll be able to understand it better. Joe Biden's at a rally. He's in Iowa, and he's getting testy with a voter. That's just what you want to do less than a week away from the first votes. The voter's a Democrat. He tells Biden he's going to vote for him in the general election, but he's not going to vote for him in the primary. And Biden doesn't really care for that too much. Listen, this is Biden. This was yesterday. Here we go.
We're going to support you if you win the nomination. We're going to go to Trump. But what are you going to do about climate change? Now, you say you're against pipelines, but then you want to replace these gas lines. That's not going to work. We got to stop building and replacing pipelines. So go vote for somebody else.
All right, thanks so much, sir. We're going to have you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so this lunatic, he's not supporting Biden in the primary because we shouldn't build any pipelines and we shouldn't replace old ones. You know, I wonder what this green guy, he doesn't want us to replace old pipelines. So if a pipeline is old and not secure, does he want us to keep using it until it bursts oil all over the place? He probably does, because an environmental spill would help him further his cause that we don't need pipelines. But he tells Biden he's not voting for him. Listen.
All right, thanks so much, sir. We're going to have you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm going to vote you in the general if you treat me right. I'm not.
You're asking a picture of me. You're coming up and telling me you don't support me. My plan. Yeah, you did. You said I said I would support you in the general. I'm looking for a primary.
We're happy to get over.
That's what I'm looking for. Okay?
Just because we're trying to get
Do you believe that Bernie can do something by 2030?
I'm actually supporting Tom Steyer.
Thompson, well, that's good. He's the guy that did
Thanks
more
so much,
coal
sir. We have a long line right here. Long
We've got a
line.
long line there. The entire country hates him.
All right, thank you. Happy to get
He was the right guy.
We're going to
I love this guy. I'm not voting for you. I'm voting for Tom Steyer. And then at the end, he says to Biden, can I take your picture with you? Can I take a selfie? This guy's got balls of steel. Now, I bring this up so I can tell a story about myself. Sorry, guys. Because I had a similar happening myself long ago, and I'll tell you what it is real quick. So anyway, this guy tells Biden he's not voting for him. He's voting for Tom Steyer because Joe Biden supports pipelines. And Joe Biden doesn't try to win the voter over. He puts his hand, he touches the guy's jacket, puts his hand on the guy. He loves to touch people, Joe Biden. And he says, vote for somebody else. He doesn't care. Fine. He said, basically says, screw you. Vote for somebody else, he says. Never see, what kind of politician is this? You know, back a long time ago, we had Jeb Bush in studio when he was running for governor of Florida. And this was a long time ago. I was a Democrat, and I was supporting the Democrat running against Jeb, whose name was Buddy McKay. Anybody remember Buddy McKay? He was the lieutenant governor of Florida, a Democrat. And the governor of Florida died on the treadmill at the governor's mansion, and Buddy McKay became governor briefly. So this was Jeb Bush. This was the 1998 election. Jeb Bush wasn't governor yet, but he was running for governor, and it was the second time he had run. He had lost the election before, and he was running again. He was not yet governor. And I was a Democrat. And Steve and I are in the hallway outside of the studio. Well, actually, we were on the air when it first happened, and then it continued after. At the end of the show, back then, it was a long time ago. I wasn't on the air that much then like I am now. I was on the air a little bit here and there, but not like I am now. And towards the end of the show with Jeb Bush, Steve ends the show by saying to Jeb Bush, oh, by the way, Brian back there? And he says, oh, yeah. He's not voting for you. And I was like, oh, this is great. Thanks a lot, Steve. And then the show was over. And we go out into the hallway. That was the very end of the show. He tells Jeb Bush, I'm not voting for him, which I wasn't. I was voting for Buddy McKay. And we go out in the hallway. Show's over. Show is over. And we're out in the hallway of the studio. Jeb comes up to me and says, hey, Brian, why are you not voting for me? And I gave him some stupid answers, I'm sure. I don't remember what I said. I was really embarrassed. Steve was sitting there laughing at me. I was really humiliated. And I gave him some ridiculous answer, I'm sure. I don't remember what it was. And Jeb Bush, off the air in the hallway, it was just Jeb, me, and Steve, spent about 5 minutes talking to me about why I should vote for him. And I thought that was amazing and very impressive. Now, Jeb Bush has changed since then. You know, he was a different person before he was governor. He became an egomaniac, and we saw what happened in 2016. That really impressed me a lot about Jeb Bush. I think that said a lot about him at the time. He's different now. Guy goes up to, he's trying to win my vote. Every vote counts. Joe Biden, a guy says, I'm not voting for you in the primary. I'm going to vote for you in the general. And Joe Biden tells him to screw off. Go vote for someone else then. Can you imagine this guy, Joe Biden, on the witness stand? He's telling voters not to vote for him. Don't vote for me. Vote for Bernie. Oh, you're voting for Tom Steyer? That's great. Have you ever heard a politician do such a thing? Oh, man. Oh, man. No, I don't trust it. I don't want people to think that I trust Bush now. I don't like Jeb Bush. I'll never vote for a Bush. I don't trust anyone connected to the Bush family. But this was a long time ago, okay? Jeb used to be a good guy. He's changed. He's not the same person he used to be, Jeb Bush. He's just not. He looked like a jerk in the 2016 primaries. But, you know, Joe Biden is completely out of his mind. So if the Democrats call John Bolton, you know, we've got three possibilities if we only got one witness to call. Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, or the whistleblower. And I would say if you could only call one witness, it would either be between Joe Biden and the whistleblower, because, you know, you got to, and they're two different tactics if you can only call one. If you call the whistleblower, it's all about whatever collusion was involved with Adam Schiff's office prior to the whistleblower complaint. You know, and that's a whole nother direction. You bring Joe Biden up there, he's corrupt as the day is long. He worked out all these deals for his son and his brother. And Peter Schweitzer says that Joe Biden has 5 family members that he's got on this corruption thing. Okay, he has more family members than anyone else he's ever seen involved in these political scandals, financial scandals. He's unglued. He's losing it with voters on the campaign trail, putting his hands on them, touching them, yelling at them. He got into the face of a reporter the other day who was asking him questions, where he put his both hands on the guy's arms and held on to him. He's shouting at people. He's telling people, don't vote for me. I don't care. Screw off. Joe Biden would be my pick because he's so unstable. He's corrupt. It's easy to go through his corruption, and he's unstable. So I would think the Republicans' best witness would be Joe Biden, not Hunter Biden or even the whistleblower. If they only have one witness, now they have a bunch of witnesses, you want all three of those guys. You want Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and the whistleblower. Boom, boom, boom. You want them all. But if you only have one, the one should be Joe Biden. And I think that's who they really want. I mean, what is Joe Biden going to do when they play the video of him bragging about the shakedown he gave to the Ukrainian government? Oh, it would be a bloodbath. And if I were on the Trump legal team, I would have Pam Bondi question Biden, because he can't keep his hands off of anyone. You see, this guy here I just played, he had his hands on this guy. And we've seen how he behaves with women. You put Pam Bondi up there in a sexy dress with her blonde hair and her perfume, and she's walking around Joe Biden, interrogating him after her presentation she gave the other day, and he has a meltdown. He's going to put his hand on her. And for him to touch a woman in a situation like that, hell, he might even smell her hair. You never know with Biden. But he definitely would probably put his hand on her and lean up into her. He does that to Pam Bondi, a woman. Oh, my goodness. So that's who, if they only get one witness, it's Joe Biden, because of the way he's behaving on. And if you guys, you don't see this on they don't show this too much on television, but you see it a lot on the Twitter. You see Joe Biden losing his cool pretty much every day with a voter, and he always touches them. The reporter he touched, this voter man or woman, he always touches them, and he does that to Pam Bondi during the question. Oh man! If Joe Biden testifies, I'm going to watch it on Fox, or I mean on CNN, not Fox, because I want to see. I want to see the CNN panel's response to Joe Biden's meltdown being questioned by Pam Bondi. Oh, my goodness. She better wear a very sexy dress that day. Get Joe all excited. Find out what his favorite perfume is and wear that too, Pam Bondi. All right, let's take a break. It's 34 minutes after 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm Brian. Joe Biden's out of control. He is out of control. Look at how he behaves with women and photo ops. Oh, man. Oh, yes, I was saying my point. What if Joe Biden, so Pam Bondi, she's wearing a sexy dress, she's interrogating him, and you know, Joe Biden's a complete creep, so he's not even listening to the interrogation. Joe Biden's getting aroused. He touches Pam Bondi, he leans up and touches her, and say she slaps him. What happens? I don't think she'd slap him. I think Pam Bondi would say, "Get your hands off me, sir." Oh. Yeah. Let Pam Bondi question Joe Biden. Let's turn the world upside down. Wouldn't that be great? I'd love it. All right, listen, we'll take our break. 35 minutes after 7. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve KANE Show. On the radio since 1977. Oh, man. It's going to be great. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Our president is being harassed by the left with the impeachment trial.
Steve KANE Show.
Stand up and support President Trump. Hey. Join Steve KANE and me, Brian Craig, as we stand up for President Trump at Wings Plus on State of the Union night, and we are going to watch the State of the Union together. Wings Plus is located about 1 mile west of University Drive on the south side of Sample Road in Coral Springs. Join us.
There's no executive privilege.
President. State of the Union night at Wings Plus. Join Steve KANE and Brian Craig. We'll see you there. You've heard Steve KANE talk about the great work and the incredible prices at Dr. Gupta's Brighton Dental. Richie the bus driver called Steve KANE on the air and told him about his experience at Brighton Dental.
Good morning. I have to talk about Brighton Dental because your sponsor is a miracle worker. I broke my tooth. I fractured it and it went backwards in my mouth.
Oh, my
front top tooth. I put it back into the socket. It felt like it was falling out. I had pain. I couldn't even eat spaghetti. And I was going to a wedding in New York 2 days later. And I said, what am I going to do, you know? The dentist here wanted to charge me $120 just to look at it and to tell me he couldn't do anything. I went to Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. I traveled 139 miles. I would do it again in a heartbeat, each way. Okay, the man sat and worked on my tooth for 2 hours, put a pin in it, put it back in place. I could eat anything I want. He said it was temporary. He did such a great job. It feels like permanent. I have no pain. I can eat anything I want now. And the fact of the matter, this is what really was unbelievable. I was getting on the bus to go to the reception, okay, in New York City. He knew I was in New York. The phone rings. Who do you think's on the line?
Dr. Gupta.
Right. He wants to see if
make sure you guys subscribe.
Okay, and if I'm in any pain, the guy is unbelievably wonderful.
He could.
I mean, thank you so much.
Claiming it doesn't mean you get it.
I wouldn't have been able to go. I would have looked like a pumpkin.
Everybody needs a great dentist, and of course, for you Steve KANE listeners, you have one, Dr. Gupta, and he's been over there at Brighton Dental. He takes really good care of you. He's very conscientious. He's, you know, dentistry is an art when you stop and you think about it. And Dr. Gupta certainly is an artist, and we're so pleased to have him with us.
Thank you, Butch.
I wanted them to know if you need a dentist, and the guy is so
we'll be back in just a minute.
He's so gentle, and I mean, I don't like dentists. This guy is this top shelf, and I'm going down to him to get it permanently put in. But right now, I don't have any pain. I can eat anything I want. Incredible.
Take Richie the bus driver's advice and go see Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. Call 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633.
I'm attorney Barry Siegel with the Siegel Law Group. Do you have a revocable living trust? If not, why not? Save time, save money, and avoid probate. Just $350 if you are single, and $450 for married couples. Call me. I have 5 offices throughout South Florida. The phone number is toll-free, 855-FLA-3782. Again, 855-FLA-3782.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
All right, we are back. How exciting. I'm Brian Craig. You are listening to The Steve Kane Show. You know, at the first of the year, we made some changes on our stations. We added some stations and the way we broadcast the show on the radio a little bit. And I just want to keep telling everybody about this because it's spectacular. Now, we are on the air live Monday through Friday from 6 until 9 a.m. here on the East Coast. 6 to 9 a.m. We have an overnight rebroadcast 7 nights a week, midnight till 6 a.m. That goes all weekend long and during the week. During the week, the Steve Kane Show is on the air from midnight till 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Midnight till 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. And both overnights and live in the mornings, we are on 4 radio stations. We are on AM 1470, 96.9 FM, 95.3 FM, and 103.9 FM. You can listen to us on all 4 of those radio stations live and overnights, 7 nights a week. Listed at stevekaneshow.com. Again, AM 1470, 96.9 FM, 95.3 FM, and 103.9 FM. Okay, and you can also listen to us on the TuneIn app and the iHeartRadio app. Searching for us by our station call letters, WWNN, 2 W's and 2 N's. But now, yeah, I know. We were broadcasting live on 2 radio stations. Now we're broadcasting live on 4 radio stations each and every morning here in South Florida. All right, so Joe Biden as a witness being questioned by Pam Bondi. Does he lose it? Does he touch her? Does he get fresh with her? I say yes. Good morning, Mike in Louisiana.
I think he loses it, and I think the Democrats are looking for a way to drop him out, to have him not be. As it stands right now, if you look at the percentages,
yeah,
he's still in the top 3.
Well, let's slow down. Let's slow down and go through some of this, okay? First, let's go back. I say John Bolton will be called by the Democrats, take an oath to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help him God, and he will come out, John Bolton, and clear President Trump when he's being questioned by Schiff and Nadler. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree. I've said this. I'll say it right here too. That those quotes that are taken from that book,
yeah,
yet to come out. It's one of these things that the Democrats do all the time. They take things out of context.
Well, yeah. Keep in mind the leaks from the Bolton book. It wasn't Fox News. It was the New York Times, that I often call the Tijuana Times. You know, because was owned by that Slim Jim Mexican guy. You know, they hate Trump at the New York Times. And I don't trust the New York Times reporting as accurate on President Trump. Do you?
No.
Okay, so you say Bolton clears Trump too. You agree with that?
I agree with.
Now what about if the Republicans witnesses Joe Biden? Pam Bondi's doing the questioning. She has some nice perfume on. She has a sexy dress like that shiny thing she wore the other day. Does Joe Biden get inappropriate being questioned by Pam Bondi? Does he touch her? Does he smell her hair? What do you think Biden would do with Bondi up in front of him, interrogating him, looking hot and smelling good with the perfume?
I tell you what, I do agree with you there. I mean,
That's
I've watched a number, like Terry Mason and all these type of shows. And I've seen different court cases where some of these lawyers tend to get right up to the stand.
Steve Kane Show.
To question these guys,
Yeah, I know it is. Thank you.
I wouldn't put it all past Pam Bondi to do that because she knows that he couldn't resist it.
Yeah. So okay. So what do you think he would do? Do you think he would touch Pam Bondi, Joe Biden?
Yeah, I think he's out and touch.
Oh my goodness. So Pam Bondi's tough. Okay, she's a tough broad. So she's interrogating Joe Biden about his corruption. and he touches her, what does Pam Bondi do? Does she jump back and say, "Get your hands off me, sir"? Or does she, what does Pam Bondi do?
You know what? I think she just
this is great stuff.
Ignores it and just continues.
Oh, I don't think she'd ignore it. How can you if a man touches a woman, any type of contact would be inappropriate contact. You don't touch lawyers when you're a witness, and no matter what. But with Joe Biden's background of touching women and smelling their hair, do you think it's possible that he might try to sniff her hair, Pam Bondi's hair?
Yeah, especially like you said, nice perfume.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
I agree with you about the two different tacks, if it's him or if it's the whistleblower, and furthermore with the whistleblower, it's them trying to discredit Schiff.
Yeah, I would just love to see. I do not think, no matter who questioned Biden, right, from the Trump team as a witness in this trial, no matter who questioned him, he would have a meltdown. It's just a matter of how much of a meltdown he would have. Because if it was one of the men, I think he would get angry. He would lose his cool. But if it's Pam Bondi, I think he is such a pervert, he's such a creep, I think he would become aroused by the interrogation. I think it would turn him on. Especially if she's rough on him.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, and look, he wouldn't be able to show his anger with her because, oh, she's a woman.
He wouldn't be angry. He would be turned on. He'd be into it. And look at how he is in the photo ops, Biden. You've seen him smelling people's hair. Have you seen him smell women's hair? I've seen him smell women's hair in videos.
And look, I mean, how much his wife feel? How much?
Dr. Biden? Yeah, Dr. Biden. Dr. Biden. By the way, she's not a medical doctor. She has a PhD in English. I always thought she was kind of like an MD or something, but she's like a English professor. Right? They call her Dr. Biden. I mean, give me a break. They want to. The reason they implied she was a medical doctor, I think, to help push the Obamacare, because his wife's a doctor. Yeah, of English lit, but yeah.
I think this guy's a pervert.
He is a pervert. He exactly is a pervert. He is a pervert, and perverts are always perverting. I mean, they can't control themselves.
Right, and look, like you said, if there's a 1-for-1 deal, if they say we want Bolton and we want this other guy and we want a third guy, you're right. Then the Republicans are gonna call Hunter Biden, and they're gonna call.
I mean, look at how Joe Biden lost his cool with Steve Ducey. Remember Steve Ducey? It was on the campaign trail, and he was all up in Steve Ducey's face and everything. You know, there's a big difference when a man loses his cool with a man and when he loses his cool with a woman. And in every instance, I can't remember with Ducey if he did or not, but in that clip I played earlier with the voter, and there was a reporter the other day, he touches the men too. There's a big difference in touching a man than touching a woman. There's a big difference in getting aggressive with a man and getting aggressive with a woman. And it would not be a good experience for Joe Biden or the Democrats if he were up there testifying.
And that goes to my point about they are looking for any reason to get him out.
Yeah, well, good luck. He's going to be acquitted. He's going to be reelected. Did you see that great rally last night? Tens of thousands showed up. What's the weather like in New Jersey this time of year? It's been chilly here in Florida lately. What's the weather? What was the weather in Jersey like last night? What was the temperature?
I mean, it had to be. I mean, it was in the 50s down here in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what's it like? And look, here's something else to think about. The Van Drew guy was up there, was at that rally.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
If he can turn New Jersey.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't want to get overconfident because that depresses our voter turnout. All right, listen, Mike in Louisiana. So okay. So we got to run for a break, but you think Joe Biden gets turned on and gets inappropriate with Pam Bondi if she's questioning him? That's your prediction? Live on television? Oh, man. Oh, man.
I think she would be the pick to question him.
She would have to be. And, you know, when she was doing her thing the other day and she was wearing that, I thought the dress she wore was kind of odd. You know, that shiny thing she was wearing, like she was going to New Year's Eve at Mar-a-Lago. But I think she was wearing that to set up wearing something else like that if she is in the position to question Joe. All right, appreciate the call. Mike in Louisiana. Oh, man, this is so exciting. This is winning, man, winning. You got to enjoy the 2 terms of Trump. We are never going to have another president like this again. So you've got to enjoy every moment of the Trump presidency. Hey, we're going to break. When we get back, there's more to share. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve KANE Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Don't go anywhere.
Seeing the loss of your sexual desire, as well as your ability to have sex, period? This is Dr. Mitchell Matez of the Boca Raton Center for Age Management. I am pleased to tell you about the latest breakthrough in sexual enhancement for women. It's called the O-Shot, and it will change your life. Increased sexual desire, increased sensitivity, and increased stimulation all can be yours with a simple, safe, and painless procedure done in our office in a matter of minutes. As an added benefit, the procedure is also effective in controlling urinary incontinence. If you are interested in better and more pleasurable sex, call my office today at 953-5490. That's area code 561-953-5490 and ask about the O-Shot.
Brian Craig here. Conservative Doug called me up live on the air to tell me about his experience at Friendly Tire.
I had 2 bald tires in the back of my Infinity. So I called them up, and I always check prices first. Half the price of everybody else.
Half the price? Half the price at Friendly Tire. Wow.
Half the price, and not only that, his tires, which nobody, the tires I was looking at, had any mileage guarantee. His is a 60,000 mile warranty. So
Wow.
they're not only half the price, the price is good.
So you're a repeat customer over there
Steve
at Friendly
KANE Show.
Tire. You bought new tires, right? So you bought new tires.
Steve
They
KANE
also
Show.
sell used tires, starting at just $30 for most sizes. But you bought new tires, and they were half the price at Friendly Tire than at the other tire shops around town. That is phenomenal, and came with a 60,000-mile warranty on the tires. That's great. And of course, Friendly Tire, they never charge you to mount the tire.
It is
balance
great.
the
Yeah,
tire, or dispose
Sarah and
of
I,
old tires. The
my wife and I
prices
had
they
dinner
give
with
you are
Sarah
out the door
last
and on the
night.
road, and
Everybody should go.
Went to the Sawgrass Mills Mall, and then we went to dinner.
This guy is the best prices.
Did some
That's
shopping.
right. That's right. Listen, give Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire a call. His number, 954-977-9445. He'll give you a quote right over the phone, 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net, or you can just stop right in. The address is listed at stevekaneshow.com. 5415 Northwest 15th Street in Margate, and that's just a little north of Coconut Creek Parkway on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Well, Conservative Doug, thanks so much, and I'm glad you got such a great deal on your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Listen to the Steve KANE Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for...
All righty. Welcome back. I'm Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve KANE Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. And on the line, we have Scott from Cut My Kilowatts, who wants to cut your kilowatts and save you some money. Well, not some. Save you a lot of money. Hey, Scott, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I thought this morning I would call in and talk about hybrid hot water heaters. And basically, most people have in their house an old standard hot water heater. It's probably been there forever. 50-gallon, 80-gallon. It's got like a 3,500 or 4,500 element. It actually has 2 of them. One is a backup element, and like times of high demand, the hot water heater will actually run both elements. Well, if it's running one element, it's like burning 45 100-watt light bulbs when it's heating up your water. If it's burning both elements, it's like burning 90 100-watt light bulbs, which is a lot of power. Your hot water heater amounts for anywhere, if it's someone that's in their home, by themselves, or just a husband and wife, they don't do a lot of laundry and stuff, and don't take a lot of showers. long showers. Their bill's going to be on that hot water $25 to $35 a month. But for the average family, if you've got some 4 people in the house and you've got some kids doing laundry and everybody's taking long hot showers, that bill can be 50, 75, even sometimes.
Oh, easy.
The hybrid hot water heaters, though, they actually have a small air conditioning unit on top of the hot water heater. And what it does is it takes the humidity and the heat from the room, and as a waste product, it blows out like a half a ton of air conditioning. So these units are usually, where your hot water is placed is usually the garage, where it's nice and hot, or a laundry room. Sometimes it can be in a closet. But you place these units in there, and they're about the same size as the standard hot water heater. But they run for if it's a low usage place, $15 a month.
Wow.
High usage, it might be 25 or 30. Because their whole power draw is only like 550 watts, which is like 5.5 light bulbs.
That's great. And what you were talking about, Scott. My hot water heater's in the garage. And so you say that this system blows out it's like having an air conditioning, really, where it's blowing out cold air. So that would cool my garage.
Yeah, it would cool your garage down. I mean, a half ton, isn't enough to really cool a 2-car garage down, but it'll make it cooler, and it pulls the humidity out of there. So
yeah.
The other thing is, that they do have a backup element in case you get to a high usage time. But most, I put hundreds of these in over the years. I actually put one in Steve Kane's house years ago.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's still there or not.
It is, absolutely. Yeah, they run forever.
I forgot I did that. But we did that like 10 years ago, and I think Lori had her office out there at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's so much cooler and more comfortable out in the garage because of this.
Well, that's great. Well, Scott's always looking for ways to make your home more energy efficient, which saves you money each and every month. And you multiply that times 12, and then all the years in your home, it's boatloads of money that you will be saving. Scott, how can people get a hold of you?
954-939-1500. Once again, that's 954-939-1500. Or on the web at cutmykilowatts.com. And we'll give out my code.
Oh, absolutely. All right, Scott, take care. Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Call him and cut your kilowatts and save big money. All right, so Don Lemon, who likes to get drunk on New Year's Eve and go live on CNN every year. It's a tradition over there. Remember that year Don Lemon got drunk and was talking about his love life? Listen, I've been intoxicated. Some of you guys saw me intoxicated on the last Steve Kane cruise, but I didn't go on the air drunk. You're not hearing me do that. I did once when I was a young guy. Got New Year's Eve one year. But I was very young then. I was like 20 years old. Don Lemon had really a terrible segment over the weekend. I think it was a Saturday show? On his weekend show, Don Lemon had a segment on with 2 guests where they mocked Trump supporters in the most disgusting way possible. And last night he had to do something last night in response to it. But let me play the original. I played this on the air yesterday. Let me play it again. This is Don Lemon from the weekend talking about how stupid Trump voters are, and they just thought this was the funniest thing. Listen.
And obviously it's false. And look, he also
Steve Kane Show.
in his heart that Donald Trump couldn't find Ukraine on a
Hey.
map if you had the letter U and a picture of an actual physical crane next to it. He knows that this is, an administration defined by ignorance of the world. And so that's partly him playing to...
Now, the one giggling like a girl, that's Don Lemon. And he's not drunk like he is on New Year's. He's just thinks this is the funniest thing, and it gets worse.
Playing to their audience, the credulous boomer Rube demo that backs Donald Trump.
Okay, now this boomer thing, boomer is the new N-word. This is something that millennials call everyone that's older than a millennial. You don't have to be a boomer to be called a boomer, but boomer is the new N-word. and it is not nice. So, and the giggling going on, it gets much worse. Lemon's giggling.
Donald Trump's a smart one, and they're y'all lead us for them.
Okay, now they're mocking people that have a southern drawl.
So think that Donald Trump's a smart one, and they're y'all elite us for them.
You elite us with your geography and your maps and your spelling, even though my
math and you're reading.
Yeah, you're reading. You know, your geography, knowing other countries.
All those lines on the map.
Only them elitists know where Ukraine is. Sorry, I apologize. But by the way,
oh my God.
But you know what? But it was Rick's fault. I blame Rick. But in all honesty,
Blame
you know what
Rick.
NPR should do?
We're not. Sorry, hold on. Wait,
Can I tell you what?
Give me a second. Hold on.
Okay. Trump supporters don't read, they don't know geography, they don't know what the lines on the map are. Pretty humiliating to do. This is CNN, folks. This is CNN, as James Earl Jones says. I've never heard such a mockery made of, 63 million people voted for Trump, and it's going to be more this time. And that's how the left, that's how CNN looks at you. Well, that happened over the weekend, and it wasn't until yesterday that this started hitting the Twitter, okay? And it was also on television. I think they played this on Fox News Channel yesterday. So they've received a lot of blowback over there at CNN. And Don Lemon went on the air. He was supposed to do an apology. This is Don Lemon last night explaining his giddiness, laughing for 1.5 minutes that Trump voters don't read, they cannot spell, they don't understand the lines on the map, et cetera, et cetera. Basically just a bunch of ignorant, making fun of the Southern accent, just a bunch of racist, ignorant, uneducated hicks, right? This is Don Lemon last night in his so-called apology.
And one final note that I have for you, because this is personally important to me to address this, okay? Ask anyone who knows me, they'll tell you, I don't believe in belittling people, belittling anyone for who they are, what they believe, or where they're from. During an interview on Saturday night, one of my guests said something that made me laugh. And while in the moment, I found that joke humorous. And I didn't catch everything that was said. Just to make this perfectly clear, I was laughing at the joke and not at any group of people.
Oh, okay. So does that mean racial and ethnic jokes are now acceptable? Can people make jokes about black people, Hispanic people, Jewish people? If you're just laughing at the joke and not a particular, is that okay? And I like how all of a sudden he didn't hear what was said. If you didn't hear what was said, what the hell were you laughing at, Don Lemon? That was one of the most revealing moments ever on CNN. All right, hey, listen, I looked at the clock. Oh, my goodness, it's 1 minute after 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's take our break for the top. Third and final hour coming up. If you're on hold, stand by. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve KANE Show, on the radio since 1977. We'll take our break and be back for the final hour right after this.
106.3 FM, 96.9 FM, 103.9 FM, and AM 1470. WWNN Pompano Beach is the Florida Money Talk Network.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Soul Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesouleauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Our president is being harassed by the left with the impeachment trial. Stand up and support President Trump. Join Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, as we stand up for President Trump at Wings Plus on State of the Union night, and we are going to watch the State of the Union together. Wings Plus is located about 1 mile west of University Drive on the south side of Sample Road in Coral Springs. Join us and support our president. State of the Union night at Wings Plus. Join Steve Kane and Brian Craig. We'll see you there.
I'm attorney Barry Siegel with the Siegel Law Group. Do you have a revocable living trust? If not, why not? Save time, save money, and avoid probate. Just $350 if you are single, and $450 for married couples. Call me. I have 5 offices throughout South Florida. The phone number is toll-free, 855-FLA-3782. Again, 855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE. 1-888.
All righty. Welcome back. I'm Brian. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. Third and final hour has begun. All right. Let's go to Greg 2. Greg 2, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. Listen, I'm supporting Joe Biden. I want him to run against Trump because that will be Trump's re-election, right? And if he were to run against Trump, it would almost guarantee his re-election, correct?
Oh, yeah. Well, did you, as you're an attorney, so, and by the way, I hope you can make it to our State of the Union night at Wings Plus so we can finally meet Greg, too. Did you hear what I was talking earlier about Pam Bondi questioning Joe Biden in the impeachment trial?
Getting embarrassed.
Oh, come on.
We know that he's done.
And he's a pervert. He's a creep and a perv on top of it.
I agree, and that's why I want him to run against Trump, because Donald will beat him easily. And also, as far as your Don Lemon thing, you know what? I don't even know if I can watch his show anymore. It's so insulting. Like, we're idiots. Like, Trump supporters are not educated. You went to school, graduated.
Yeah, Trump University. Yeah, I went to Trump University. Yeah. Well, you see this a lot on CNN. Great, a lot on CNN when they go through polls. They always talk about how Trump is polling very well among those that are not college educated. You ever hear them do those breakdowns? But among the college educated crowd, the Democrat is always doing well. They always have this snobby thing that people that disagree with them or vote Republican have no skills or education.
Insulting. Seriously, when I listen to what you just played, I'm like, who do they think they are? We are educated. I mean, you don't need a college education to be successful, by the way.
Well, think about this. I mean, think about this. They were carrying on this way. That was Rick Wilson, Don Lemon, and this other guy. I don't know who he was. They were carrying on that way on the air on CNN. Can you imagine how they talk off the air when they're not on television?
I can't imagine.
Oh, my goodness.
Right, they're on television talking this way. I would love to appear on one of those shows. But you're educated.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You know what? They talk about us like Trump supporters are, uninformed morons, racist.
Well, what do you think? So back to my thing with, so if Pam Bondi is questioning on the witness stand in the trial, Joe Biden, do you think he touches her like he touches anybody else who's on his case?
I think, listen, I don't put anything past Joe Biden.
No.
He said, you know what I mean? He could go off the rails, absolutely. But I want him to stay on track because Trump will destroy him.
Hey, if they bring Biden up there and he touches Pam Bondi, what makes you think he still wouldn't get the nomination? These are Democrats, remind you.
That's true. That's true. You know, but, you know, and he's shown that behavior in the past. He's, you know, touched females, you know, or said comments.
Smelled their hair. He smells their hair sometimes. I've seen him smell hair several times of women.
Right. And you know what? do you think he's going to be the nominee?
Yes. It's going to be him or Elizabeth Warren. Him or Elizabeth Warren, and I'm leaning him. You know, Hillary, they're not going to be able to plug her in at a brokered convention. They're going to screw over Bernie, and I think he'll get the nomination. Yeah, if I were to bet on it, anything could happen, but he's still the favorite to get the nomination. Yeah,
I think it's already written.
Yeah,
he's going to be the nominee, and guess what? Trump will destroy him. And like as far as Don Lemon, I don't know if I can watch him anymore.
Let me ask you this though, because now let me throw this out, because this is. You know, Hillary Clinton said yesterday that she's feeling an urge to run against President Trump. Do you think, and this has happened before, do you think it's possible Joe Biden gets the I think we're agreeing that Joe Biden's likely to get the nomination. Do you think Hillary could jump in and run as vice president? You know, Hillary wants to be in the history books as being the first woman to do something so desperately that being vice president would get her that spot. You think she'd run as Joe Biden's vice president? She's got nothing else.
Into those history books she wants.
That's all she cares about.
You know, a legacy, and she's not done. I still don't think Hillary's done. I think I agree with you. I think she might go for vice president, be the first female in the White House.
Yeah, to be the vice president. Yeah.
And you know what, these Democrats, though, you know what's so aggravating? They can't get over the election after 3 years. You know, they can't let it go.
Well, you know, you got to wonder, last night, this rally in New Jersey, tens of thousands showed up in New Jersey. This is unheard. I don't think I've ever seen a Republican do a campaign event in New Jersey. Certainly nothing like this. You know, you got to wonder what goes on in the mind of the Democrats when they see these humongous crowds.
It just fuels their desire to bring down Trump. You're right. New Jersey's a stronghold, a Democratic stronghold.
Yeah.
When they see these huge rallies, it is frustrating them beyond belief. It fuels their vengeance against Trump.
And you know, at these rallies, you know, I was talking about this when I went to the Trump rally back in Thanksgiving week here in Sunrise. I couldn't believe how many black people were there. I've never seen so many black people at a Republican event ever. And believe me, the Democrats know this. They may not be talking about it on television or in the media, but they know the trouble they're in. All right, appreciate the call, Greg, too. Come by Wings Plus, all right? State of the Union night. You should, yeah. Yeah. I want to meet Greg. Do you guys want to meet Greg, too? I'd love to meet Greg, too. He's a good guy, Greg, too. Oh, my goodness. Steve's just getting here with his new Trump 2020 hat that you can get at Wings Plus. You guys, at Inauguration Night, you want to pick up those hats. They are spectacular. You can see Trump 2020 from 5 miles away. The only thing that would prevent it would be the curvature of the earth at some point. Those are perfect hats. Brian Walsh, who's the owner of Wings Plus, I know he designs their Trump gear over there, and he has it specially made. That's a perfect design. They see you coming from 5 miles away. All right, guys. Well, listen, we've covered a lot of territory today. I'll just do a quick recap, and Steve's getting here, and we'll inject a few new things here and there. And I started off the show, and we had a lot of heated discussion over the last couple of hours about this. And I said this before the impeachment trial began, a show or two before that. So you can go back on my YouTube channel. By the way, the Steve KANE Show, we live stream all of the radio shows on YouTube. They're all archived up there. So if you miss a part of the show, you can go and catch it on YouTube. And you know what? You can go back and check and see that I really did say this, because I did. I told you before the trial began that this tactic of the Republicans not wanting witnesses was a tactic. The Democrats are demanding witnesses. Now they want John Bolton. And I'm telling you, John Bolton is going to come up there and clear Trump. He's going to clear Trump. He is not going to perjure himself. In fact, I think he's a party to this. I think the New York Times, this Bolton book does not come out until March. Doesn't come out till March. The New York Times, what they read was an advanced manuscript. Advanced manuscripts are, let's say that their reporting is accurate, which I would question anything. Did the New York Times print the page that says this? I didn't see that in the story. And we know how far we can trust the New York Times, right? As far as we can throw their building. Remember, these are the people that work with Comey. I don't believe anything in the New York Times. But let's just say it's true, okay? That the advanced manuscript said that Bolton claims that Trump told him, hold off the aid until they investigate the Bidens and all my political opponents, which just seemed to be a little over the top. John Bolton didn't have any authority. He was an advisor. He was national security advisor. He doesn't have any authority over anyone. He cannot give orders, and he's not within the chain of command. So that doesn't even make sense. But let's say the reporting's true. It's very possible that they got an advanced manuscript that is not the final edited version of the book, and what they're working off of will not be in the printed book. And I was talking to a caller about an hour ago, and I was explaining this to them. Lying to the press is not a crime. I know the media would like to think that it is, but it's not. And I gave a great example that I'll give you again quickly. Then we'll break, and Steve's here too. During the Michael Brown Ferguson incident, when the media went to Ferguson, a dozen or more witnesses told CNN and the rest of the mainstream media that Michael Brown was murdered, that he had his hands up and said, please don't shoot me. Remember that? Hands up, don't shoot. At least a dozen people told that to the mainstream media that saw it. Eric Holder put together a grand jury investigation of this. Each one of those people was called in front of the grand jury, and they said that Michael Brown attacked the police officer, and the police officer shot Michael Brown in self-defense. Okay? And the reason that they told the truth, these were street thugs that were involved in the rioting in Ferguson, some of them probably, it's because they took an oath under penalty of perjury. And if they lied, they go to jail. So, you know, it's one thing for John Bolton to let this lie go around in the media. He hasn't perjured himself or anything, but he goes into the Senate trial, he takes an oath, and lying in a trial under oath, in particular to Congress, hey, liberals, the Senate's part of Congress. I'm hearing some of these people, they don't know. You can go to prison for lying to Congress in general, especially during a trial. So what will happen if they have witnesses, they're going to call Bolton. It's going to be as big of a news event. What I would compare it to would be when Monica Lewinsky showed up to give her deposition to Ken Starr. People don't remember that. She drove up in a car, got out on the sidewalk, and it was a media spectacle like I've never seen before or since. It'll be that way with John Bolton. He'll go in there, he'll take the oath, he'll sit down, Schiff, Nadler, whichever one, they will question him, and he will clear Trump, just like every Democrat witness did in the House. And it will be a shock. We'll take our break. Steve's here. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We'll take calls after the break. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Experiencing a loss of your sexual desire, as well as your
I
ability
have not
to have
yet.
sex
No,
period.
I'll do
This
it.
is Dr. Mitchell Matez of the Boca Raton
We got this
Center
other.
for
It's
Age
just
Management.
wait.
I am
Just wait right
pleased
now.
to
Hold
tell
on.
you about the latest breakthrough in sexual enhancement for women. It's called the
Just
O
wait.
shot.
I got
And it
20
will
things
change
going on
your
right
life.
now.
Increased sexual
We will.
desire,
Steve Kane Show.
increased sensitivity, and increased stimulation.
Steve Kane Show.
All can be yours with a simple, safe, and
Steve Kane
painless
Show.
procedure done in our office in a matter of minutes.
Hey,
As an added benefit, the procedure is also effective in controlling urinary incontinence.
Yeah, I do,
If you
but
are interested in better
just
and
wait.
more pleasurable
Just wait.
sex, call my office today.
Let's do it at the next one. I'll be ready then, because we got a bunch of calls. I'd rather get
561-953-5490 and ask about the O shot.
Are you looking to sell your house or buy your dream home? Then call LaBella Real Estate. LaBella Real Estate love President Trump, and like Donald Trump, LaBella Real Estate want to get you the highest dollar amount when selling your home. And when looking for a new home, LaBella Real Estate will find you the best deal. LaBella Real Estate have over 20 years of experience in real estate and mortgages, and they are very knowledgeable about the South Florida real estate market. If it's a condo, single-family home, a luxury home, LaBella Real Estate can help. Buying or selling, call LaBella Real Estate at 561-445-7023. 561-445-7023. And online, LaBellaRealEstateLLC.com.
Donald Trump here. You're listening to the most pro-Donald Trump radio show in America, The Steve KANE Show. I love this show. Melania and I listen all the time. There's no better way to get the word out about your business than advertising here. Make America great again and advertise your business on The Steve KANE Show.
Thank you, President Trump. Call 1-888-GO-KANE1. That's 888-465-2631. Meet with me, Brian Craig, and Steve KANE, and we will be hearing about you and your business on the longest running radio show in Florida, The Steve KANE Show, 888-465-2631.
And now back to the Steve KANE Show.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, all right, Steve. Oh, wasn't that? Well, you know, he was just in town at Mar-a-Lago for the Christmas and New Year's. No, I went there. I tried to get a hold of you to go to Mar-a-Lago with me, but you didn't answer. I went by myself. All right, we got the board's on fire.
Wild times out there.
All right, Jim Lockwood. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, I tend to believe with you about Bolton. I think the Democrats, look, about Bolton, if he would have to be a blooming idiot to try to destroy Trump at the Senate. First of all, it's not going to work. He's not going to get...
Jim,
okay.
let me get two words in here. Hold on. This whole thing is a fantasy. First of all, I don't believe there are going to be any witnesses. And the reason I don't think there are any witnesses is because the ones that have the most to lose on the witnesses are the Democrats. The Democrats don't want they're putting on an act, this is their latest thing, is a cover-up, we need witnesses. They don't want, their worst nightmares.
It's not up to them, though.
Well, yeah, no, it is, because all they have to do is play with one or two of the votes of the Democrats that are leaning Republican, the Romney.
But some of the Republicans have decided they want witnesses now. I think you're wrong. I believe Trump and the Republicans are setting the Dems up.
First of all, the whole thing with Bolton is a joke because it's been said over and over again. I guess nobody hears it. If you, as Dershowitz said, if you take everything that they charge Bolton,
Trump
said,
yeah. With Bolton's book, yeah.
If every word of that is true, it doesn't rise to the level of an impeachment.
Now,
impeachable offense. So it's meaningless.
But these are desperate, sick people. Now, Jim Lockwood, I was talking earlier about.
You think they're so desperate and so sick that they want to see Joe Biden up there on the witness stand?
Oh, they're not thinking clearly, Steve. They're not thinking. They're not rational people. Well, now, what do you think? Now, let me run this one by you, Jim Lockwood. 'Cause Jim Lockwood, for those that don't know, is an attorney, so I'll get some expertise. So let's say that our witness, if we only have one witness each, let's say our witness is Joe Biden. Did you hear my discussion earlier about Joe Biden losing control with Pam Bondi?
Oh, when you get off that is so insulting to Pam Bondi. That's ridiculous.
Joe Biden's a pervert.
He's not going to be
he's a sicko.
We agree on that, but he's not going to be sniffing Pam Bondi's hair.
Why? If he is up there being questioned by her, you don't think he's going to, Jim? You don't think he's going to get excited?
He'll be excited, that's for sure. That's no doubt.
And he's a pervert.
Girls.
I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable with it. It's an insulting thing.
No, it's not. It's not insulting.
And by the way, she is a beautiful woman. There's no getting around that. But she is not. She doesn't come off as sexual or any kind of thing.
But Joe,
she looked very sophisticated. It was a gorgeous. The dress you're talking about,
the shiny
was
dress,
not risque at all.
It was strange. It was a strange
outfit.
Classy,
classic.
It was an unusual outfit choice.
It was a beautiful outfit, but it wasn't sexy.
Jim Lockwood's blind. He can't comment on the clothing.
When someone's a pervert, they could wear a half stack.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Democrats want witnesses. I think they're calling the Republicans bluff. Unfortunately, we have a spineless person in the form of Mitch McConnell. He doesn't understand, evidently. Because I think if the Republicans were to get witnesses, the Democrats would be freaking out.
Yeah. But you know what, though? Schiff and Pizza the Hut, Nadler, you know, these two guys are not sane. They are consumed with their hatred of Donald Trump, and they're not seeing things rational. We're talking, your guys are talking about rational thinking and thought processes. These guys are not rational.
And then here's the other thing. If they do want witnesses, I think it's because they want to try to destroy Sanders and the Carr and Warren, try to get Biden in there, because they know they can't beat him if he goes Iowa.
See, I think, listen, I do believe, what I've been saying all morning, is that Trump and his team and the Republicans have been playing a game with the Democrats for the Democrats who demand witnesses, and then boom, they call Bolton, who's a witness for Trump, and then we get our choice.
Why do we only get one witness, though?
Well, it's one for one. However, it's an equal number of witnesses, but that's the agreement. You get one witness for every witness the other gets.
There's no agreement yet. There's no agreement.
That's what they would do. If they get two witnesses, we get two witnesses. If they get... Well, that's the way it would play out.
First of all, Mitch McConnell is there.
But that's not how it...
Thank you for your call.
You okay, Steve? You're getting testy.
I'm frustrated.
You're testy.
Because I've been listening to this stuff coming in, and I don't like to see Pam Bondi demeaned and insulted.
Not demeaning Pam
Well,
Bondi.
yeah, you are. You're
What is she? You're
seriously, oh, and he's going to smell her hair. And all.
That's Biden.
Nonsense.
He's a creep. You've
I
never seen him
understand
smell a
he's
woman's
creep,
hair?
but I don't want to listen to it for a half hour on the radio coming up.
Okay, listen. Everybody that's on hold by all of this 2.5 hour of discussion, you know, we're going to talk about other things. So you know, now if you want to talk, do you want to talk about anything you've heard me talk about for the last 2.5 hours, caller, or do you have something new? Because Steve doesn't want to talk about the stuff from the last 2.5 hours that has the phones on fire. Go ahead. You're on the radio, caller. Oh my goodness! Oh, this is perfect. Yes.
Is this Al Lejon?
No, it's worse. It's
Worse
it's,
than Al Lejon?
it's Brother Moses.
There is no worse than Al
Oh yeah, Brother Moses. Brother Moses. Before you get into your thing, don't leave me any voicemails because I don't listen to them. As soon as I hear it's you or see your number there, it's deleted. I don't listen to them. I know you leave a lot of voicemail messages. So wait, call me on the air if you want to talk. Okay? It's a waste of time. Waste of your time.
I listened to the trial. It's a tribunal trial. Ken Starr and Donald Trump legal team make their cases very, very beautifully. And I don't see why they would need a witness again if they didn't make what witness could make a case to make a case for impeachment again. It's not up to par, so it must be acquitted. You can't bring somebody else in. No other witness could come in.
You know, this is, you know, you've been calling the show for a long time, and I really don't like you, and I don't like your calls. And, you know, you and I have had this discussion. He knows what I'm going to say. I didn't say that you don't make sense, okay? I didn't say that yet. Maybe I will, or maybe I have, but you've been in America for almost as long as I have, and you have this accent that there's no way you could naturally still have. You play up this accent to the point where I can't even understand what you were saying hardly, and that it's just aggravating. I made a lot of sense.
You do. Sometimes
Steve
you
KANE
don't.
Show.
Sometimes you just playing people
Steve KANE
intelligent.
Show.
Like you're smart, you're not smartest person.
No, I didn't say that you're not smart or that I'm smarter than you. What I'm saying is that you've been... What year did you come to America? 1970 what? Yeah, see, he knows. And, you know, your accent has gotten heavier over the years since you've been calling the show. And you play it up. And you're just a fake, you know, with this fake accent that you probably lost 20 years ago. And it's aggravating. See, he ran away because he doesn't want to deal with it. Oh my goodness! It's because having that Jamaican accent is like his identity. Steve KANE Show.
One thing I wanted to make a point to mention because it hasn't been said anywhere else. An interesting thing has happened as you watch the Iowa caucuses. There's what's his name is pulled out in front. The one that
Which one?
The worst nightmare. The one that.
Mayor Pete?
No.
Bernie. Oh, Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
Yeah. Bernie Sanders is pulled out in front. Okay?
Yes.
But
By
what
far.
a lot of people don't realize, I haven't heard anybody make this point. That's one way of looking at it, that Bernie is pulled out a little bit. But you know where the points that Bernie's picked up, about 3 or 4 points in the last week or two. Do you know where those 3 or 4 points came from?
Mm-mm.
You know, listen. You know.
I am. I said I don't know. I don't know.
They came from Joe Biden is where they came from. In other words, what's happened over the last week, which has been very Biden intensive, is it has finally gotten through to the Democratic voters what a disaster this guy is and what a crook he is. And when those stories first broke, we kept saying, well, why isn't it showing in the polls? Why isn't it showing in the polls? Because these are Democrats, they're a little slow-witted, and it's taken them time to realize, but because of the intense focus on Biden in the past week, a lot of Biden people have dropped off, and where they have gone is to...
Yeah, well, they set up, though, the problem for Bernie is they've set up the DNC committees are all being run by Clintonistas. They've got Barney Frank and Podesta running the convention to steal it from Bernie.
But the point is, it almost
Steve KANE
destroyed
Show.
the party last time. This time, the reaction
Hey,
on
did you
the
talk
part
to
of
Steve
the,
yesterday?
Bernie supporters is going to be
Janet?
10 times worse.
Did you
than
talk
it
to
was
Steve
last
yesterday?
time. You know, what was the old story? If you
Okay.
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Well,
they are going to be apoplectic.
Well, they have. I don't believe the polls that Bernie's ahead in Iowa. I think he's ahead in other places, but I can't for the life of me figure.
He's ahead in Iowa. I think he's ahead
Makes
in
no
New
sense.
Hampshire.
I don't know why farmers and a farming economy would support the guy that's going to shut down farming, because that's what the Green New Deal does. But regardless of that, they've set up a fix in Iowa. And I was mentioning this to you yesterday. The Iowa caucus votes are going to be tabulated by an appointed Democrat at each polling location on their personal cell phone through an app. And the Democrats have set up this Perez guy that runs the DNC. They have set up such an operation to commit fraud in the Iowa caucus that the person who wins will be whoever the DNC has decided they want to win. And it's going to be a complete fraud in Iowa. There's been some big articles about this week with this new way they're tabulating the votes. It's been never done before. So I don't think Bernie's going to win Iowa, unless the DNC want him to win for some reason. But they've got the fix is in Iowa.
I think that the public is wised up to Biden. I think Biden's really had it. And I think that what you've seen, the fall off that you've seen with Biden's support over the past week or two is just the beginning of what's going to continue over the next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, we have on the line Janet from Save a Lot on the line.
Janet from Save a Lot. Janet Cimarelli, how are you, dear?
What?
Yes.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
We'll call on the air then.
So, what I want to
Call on the air,
talk about
Jeff.
today is the coronavirus. Oh my goodness, I think it's scaring a lot of people. And certainly we've had our own issues with a variety of different respiratory viruses that people can't seem to get rid of completely. So here are some suggestions for those
Steve KANE
people.
Show.
Number one, who are dealing with problems.
Hey.
And number two, for people who want to protect themselves and don't want to get stuck in that viral situation that keeps you from doing what you want to be doing. Okay, basic foundation. You need vitamin D. And so you say, well, that's for your bones. No, vitamin D is so critically important for your immune system. So you want at least 5,000 IUs of vitamin D a day. Vitamin C, and you say, okay, that's so basic. Yes, but you need to make sure that you're getting enough of it. And the way to use the vitamin C is in a mix with bioflavonoids that enhance how vitamin C works. Then you might think about garlic, and you think, okay, I don't want to go around smelling like garlic. Okay, Kyolic has a formula that is garlic with different immune supporters. So you look for Kyolic immune formula. Then you can look for Kyolic curcumin. It's a mixture of the aged garlic extract and curcumin, so important to reduce inflammation. Probiotics. Those are the things that are the foundation. So if you are in very, very good shape, don't need anything super, super high in the billions in the probiotic, think about Janet's Best Biotic. It is just a very basic, keep your colon chemistry the way that it is meant to be in order to fight off infectious agents. Now, you coming down with something? I tell people the very first thought that you have, maybe I'm getting sick, you take counterattack. Rainbow Lake's formula is very, very comprehensive. And what I tell people is take 1 or 2 every 2 hours. And you do that for a couple of days, and you may fight off the virus. You may feel like you've got something going on, but at least it doesn't lay you low, and you fight it off, and you're well again in just a few days.
For those
for
those, Janet, who want to consult with you, which doesn't cost them anything, they just have to go over to Save-A-Lot. When are you going to be there next?
Okay, I will be at Save-A-Lot tomorrow, Thursday, so that's my schedule. Every Thursday, I'm at Save-A-Lot from 11 to 3. Friday, 12 to 5. Saturday, 11 to 4:30. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I will be at Save-A-Lot.
All right, tell them where to go.
Okay, you can find Save-A-Lot just a half mile south of Sample Road on the west side of State Road 7, 441 in the Penn Dutch Plaza. There's no more Penn Dutch there, but it is the Penn Dutch Plaza. And you can call for directions, 754-307-1655. 754-307-1655. You will not believe the inventory. You will not believe the prices.
It's gone up for like 5 minutes.
15% off the already very, very low prices.
Janet, good talking to you. We'll speak soon, all right?
We will have a helpful.
You take care, and we are back.
Oh, you want to take some calls?
Do it.
All right, I've lost track. All right, good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
I'd just like to kind of disagree with this Biden for calling as a witness. Brian, he's not involved in what the facts are in the case.
Oh, yes, he is.
What we need is, well, okay, but...
He's the corrupt. The whole thing was caused by the desire on the part of Trump to keep the corruption in this very corrupt country, to eliminate the corruption so that American aid dollars are not wasted. And Biden has all the answers to the corruption, and he makes it very evident why Trump did what he did. He's vital to the story.
And Pam Bondi spent a whole day going through Biden's crimes and corruption.
Got televised on any of the...
I saw it on TV. I saw it on television.
Testimony we didn't hear from in the congressional hearing was some kind of IG, and he was a factual witness at what went on in that particular meeting.
The Inspector General? The Inspector General? So you want to bring this Obama appointee, the Inspector General, who said that there was no political motivation by the FBI into the Trump Tower FISA warrant. Yeah, that's brilliant. If you want to, you're great. You should be an advisor to you know Dershowitz. Can you do some advising? Oh my goodness.
Is ludicrous to say the least.
Why? He touches women and men all the time. He smells women's hair. Yeah. Not my fan. Listen.
It is certainly your fantasy. That's why it was so repugnant.
The reason
Listening to you.
Yeah, I know. Well, the reason I say Pam Bondi is because she's the one that did the whole she's the Trump team expert on Biden's crimes. She spent the day going through his crimes. She's the expert on the Dream Team with Biden.
And I said to you, nothing is going to happen to anybody important.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the President of the United States is on trial. So I guess, what are you saying? You were wrong 3 years ago?
What I'm saying is...
I don't know. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You said in the beginning of the show, you trust nobody affiliated with the Bushes.
Yeah. Well, no, you're talking about Barr. The Attorney General is different. No. The Attorney General, he's different. Hold on, let me finish. Let's finish your laughter so you can feel some personal satisfaction. Because since I said that your other thing was a disaster and boring, you're desperate to feel good. So go ahead and laugh so you can feel good about yourself for a second before I chime in again. Oh, I can tell. That's why you've taken you were fine. I take one jab at you, and then you've taken like 5 at me, but you feel fine. You feel fine. But is Biden a pervert? Excuse me, is Biden a pervert? Okay, has he touched women and smelled the hair of women inappropriately? Bull. I've seen him take pictures with congressional wives and children in the chambers of the Congress with his arm around them for the photo op, smelling the hair.
The situation where she is questioning him.
He touches everybody.
He's not going to be close enough physically to have them. It's just lewd, lustful fantasies.
Okay.
That are very unattractive when repeated over and over and over and over.
No, I didn't bring it up now. The caller did. You're bringing it up, not me. Yeah, you did. You brought it up. You brought it up. You referenced it. Do you feel? Hey, yeah. Boring. No, okay. Here's the thing with Biden. Biden. Well, you can keep saying that over and over, but wait until I tell you something and then say it's not going to happen, okay? Biden, this week alone in Iowa, Biden has had several confrontations, one with a member of the media, others with Democrat voters, and in each and every instance, he's lost his cool and touched them. And one of them, he shook a person and got in their face. He has been losing control time and time again in Iowa.
Context. Different situation, different context, not in the same situation.
He is...
I mean, first of all, in those situations, he's always pressed really close to them. I mean, by the virtue of the setup.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be the situation.
No.
Physically, it's not going to be the situation.
Biden.
When she questions.
This is the problem with Biden. Biden. I think she would be the one. She did that whole presentation on him. Biden.
Well, it certainly blows hell out of your fantasy.
It's not my fantasy. You know, I'm not the one that asked Pam Bondi if she was single. Steve. Remember that one? That was the callers on my side now. All of a sudden.
Why don't you ask the audience if they think?
Phones are open. We're here till 9. It is unattractive, but I'm just pointing out Biden is a creep. Joe Biden is senile right now. He's not in control of himself. And if you see him in some of these videos on the campaign trail just this week, he is not in control of himself. And what has happened it's almost like someone who's drunk. These unattractive qualities of him, where he touches people, his perversions are coming out all the time now. And I don't think he could control himself if he were being questioned by an attorney in the Senate trial. I think he would lose it. Because he keeps losing it on the campaign trail so much. He shook a reporter the other day.
He's not going to be close enough to Pam Bondi to have that happen.
Now, I don't know about that.
Well, I do.
No, you don't. We don't know where the witnesses would sit. We've never seen this happen before.
You see, we're spending so much time on this.
On what's getting the phones ringing all morning. I know.
On this tangent.
Let's not do that.
Okay. The bottom line is, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
The Democrats will back off the desire for questions. They have more to lose than anything, and they have very little to gain. Because if the story is true, it's still not an impeachable offense, so it's nothing. And then they're sitting there with Joe and Hunter Biden and the whistleblower all opening themselves up for questioning by skilled cross-examiners.
Yeah. All right, caller, any final thoughts?
You mentioned Biden being very important, and I'm thinking about it, and I think you're correct in that. So you're saying that his testimony will justify Trump asking the prime minister there.
His testimony will illustrate the need. It will illustrate firsthand and personally the degree of the corruption that is the problem over there. And that, of course, is the reason that Trump was so eager to root it out. Rather than picking on his political enemies. Trump's fondest dream is that Joe Biden be his opponent.
Yeah. Believe me. Okay. Oh, this is amazing. I didn't realize this until you mentioned it yesterday. This is really an amazing thing going on here. Valentine's Day this year is on a Friday, which is, I didn't even realize. Because a lot of time, Valentine's Day falls during the week. It's tough a lot because people got to work, the next day. And Tavolino's is having an incredible special menu and special event with everything that goes along with it at Tavolino's on Valentine's. I'm getting to it. And I was just thinking, since it's Friday, on a Friday night, there is no excuse for everyone not to go to Tavolino's on Valentine's Day because it is on a Friday. Now, here's the thing, though. You got to call and make a reservation because they are taking reservations for Valentine's. The number's listed at stevekaneshow.com. I'm going to give you the number now. But you need to call this morning and start making your reservations because this will fill up. I'll give you the number now real quick. 954-509-0046. Tavolino's is here in Coral Springs, 954-509-0046. And they have this special menu for Valentine's Day, and I know what I would get, Steve.
There's 2 dishes there that are spectacular.
Oh, really?
Lobster dish. Describe the
well, the one I'm looking at, I don't see the coconut crusted Caribbean lobster tail.
Oh my Lord, does that sound unbelievable?
But Tavolino's, there's a lot of great dishes here, but
the steak is the other.
Yeah, the Chateaubriand. But the one I'm looking at, because Tavolino's is an Italian restaurant. Oven roasted tenderloin. That's demi-glaze. It sounds spectacular. But I'm curious to try the short rib lasagna dish they're having because it is an Italian restaurant, and it's hard to go to Tavolino's for me and not order something Italian because that's everything's great, but that short rib lasagna sounds spectacular. But now listen here, it's a special menu and special event for Valentine's Day, which is on a Friday this year. This will fill up, so you need to make a reservation. 954-509-0046. 954-509-0046. We'll be right back.
Owners, would you
save money each and every month? Of course you would. We
Steve
all
Kane
want to
Show.
save more money. But how? By calling I Will Advisors. That's how. At 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. And have their expert team review your homeowner's policy. I Will Advisors will review your policy at no charge. Most homeowners never review their policy, but it should be reviewed every year. You commercial property owners, same goes for your property insurance policy. So what are you waiting for?
Hey there.
Call I Will Advisors and start saving money. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
If you suffer with diabetes, there's a 25%
Right,
chance
Youngerman.
that you'll develop a foot ulcer that can lead to severe health consequences, including amputation. At the Sole Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own therapeutic shoes and custom inserts. Medicare recipients are entitled to 1 pair of quality diabetic shoes and 3 custom inserts. Call the Sole Authority today, 954-597-7060.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
And now the moment everybody looks forward to each day at this time. We are blessed to have William Youngerman, one of the leading experts when it comes to the field of precious metals, deliver the gold report. William has been advising clients on trends and movements in the gold and silver and platinum markets for 50, I believe it's 53 years, is that correct?
Yes.
53 years, there you are. William, how are you doing today?
Great, Steve. How you doing?
Excellent.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, I'm with you.
Okay. Yeah, precious metals are doing great. The opportunity to give us a little pullback yesterday after the nice run up that we've had gave us a buying opportunity as gold came down $14.50 yesterday, closing out the day at $1,566.80 the ounce. Silver, the big loser, down 65 cents yesterday at $17.43. That's putting silver at about a 90-to-1 ratio to gold, which is the largest number I think I can remember in history. So great buying opportunity for silver. Platinum was up $4 yesterday at $986. Excuse me. And palladium was up $16 at $2,177. This morning, gold recovering some of its losses from yesterday, up $4.70 right now at $15.7150. Silver up 5 cents at $17.48. Platinum unchanged right now at $9.86. And palladium up $15 this morning at $21.92. So great, still good buying opportunity for gold at in the $15.70 range. I'm really looking for gold to recapture that high that we saw a few weeks ago when it got up to about $1,510. And for the year, as I said, we could make a case going forward for gold challenging the old highs of 2011 of over $1,900 an ounce. So take advantage of any kind of dips, and of course, make sure you're protected with the only real money in the world by having some gold in your portfolio.
Well, good day to stop by William Youngerman and do some shopping on your precious metals. Big upside, as you can see. That's what William's projecting. William, by the way, you buy and purchase precious metals as well as sell them. Tell the folks a little bit about that.
Certainly, for over 50 years, we've made a good two-way market in all of the precious metals, whether in just about any form that it might be in, whether it's old jewelry or silverware or even gold teeth we buy. So, I mean, if you've got something laying around and you want to turn it into cash, you can do that just by bringing it in, mention your name, Steve Kane, and that you get anything you bring in, we'd be glad to give you a free appraisal and a cash offer also.
Very, very neat. So drop by William Youngerman today, 150 East Palmetto Park Road. That is the Bank of America building, and you will find William's office on the first floor directly across the hallway from the bank. You can reach him from anywhere in the world by phone, toll-free 1-800-327-5010. And you can visit the website, gorgeous, gorgeous website, like a trip to a museum at WilliamYoungerman.com. William, I'm probably going to see you again later today, all right?
Wonderful. Look forward to it. Have a great day.
Steve Kane Show.
Take care, and we are back.
Steve Kane Show.
We are back. You want to take some of these calls, or what do you want to do?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I was answering the phone, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, do you want to take some of these calls?
No.
Okay.
No.
I can tell that just
No.
by the expression on your face.
No. In fact,
Well,
maybe
today should
maybe
be
we
an
should change our
exciting-
number.
Today should be an exciting day.
They're all exciting these days. I mean, it's just things have turned around. This is not the impeachment they were expecting.
No, they were very discouraged. When they realized, I think what they realized last night is that they're not going to get their witnesses, and it's,
Well, I think what's been going on since Saturday was really the beginning of the end for the. If you watch CNN, I was watching CNN because Fox cut away the other day when Pam Bondi was talking. Fox cut away for Neil Cavuto and the Five. I couldn't believe, and Pam Bondi was done, but the White House counsel came up, and that guy is. I mean, this guy's top tier. So I went over to CNN to catch the rest, and when they were done, I was talking about this on the air yesterday. They go back. Jake Tapper has this whole panel of like 12 people, right? And Steve, I mean, you should have seen the looks on their face. They all look like they went boom boom in their pants, okay? And they were, you know what it was like? It was like a support group meeting for people suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. They were sitting there holding hands. You know, my name is Jake Tapper. I suffer from Trump. I mean, they were sick.
Dr. Lemaski is going to put together another one of those post-election workshops.
Well, I think we need to have what they really need over at CNN is a team of crisis counselors, because you watch CNN, they are so deflated over there, so deflated.
And by the way, you know, the rallies, you would think at this point would get a little old hat because there are so many of them, but it's never that way. I look forward to each one more than the one before. And last night's, when you saw the crowds outside, forget about inside. Inside looked the same as all his rallies, stuffed, you know, loaded with
to the rafters.
But what was really impressive was outside. I mean, they had just as far as the eye could see, crowds
in New Jersey,
in
Democrat
Jersey,
country,
which is a Democrat state.
Yeah.
For crying out loud. And
Steve Kane
these
show.
people still, well, I think they do. I was going to say
Yeah.
they still don't get the picture.
You want to take a call from Jersey?
Yeah, let's do
All right,
it.
let's go. All right, you're on the radio.
Hello.
I couldn't go to. I'm in New. Hello, you hear me?
I sure do.
I'm from New Jersey, and I couldn't go because it was too far, and my daughter wouldn't stand out in the cold like that. But
Oh, now hold on, slow down. This is interesting. What was the weather last night in New Jersey? What was the temperature?
like 30s to 40s.
Okay, and that's not even wind chill. So it could have actually been colder in the evening if the wind chill. So we're talking about really freezing weather. Florida standards, we would shut down. So in weather, 30 degrees, tens of thousands turned out to hear the President of the United States during the week. These are Trump people. They got to work today.
Because you're on the water. You're near the beach.
Oh, my goodness.
Atlantic, so it's even colder.
Oh, so it was probably...
I've never seen a crowd like that even for Trump.
So with the wind chill, probably close to zero. So you got about a freezing wind chill temperature, and tens of thousands showed up. That's amazing.
We're fed up, Brian. People stayed home in 2016, and they let this clown, Governor Murphy, come in. We're tired of the tax.
Well, you got that creepy senator. Maybe he'll, well, he's not up this time, probably.
Who's this again?
Who do you got up there? Menendez?
Yes, but we have Booker that's being...
And Booker.
...by a guy named Hirsch Singh. We got to get him in the win the primary. Hirsch Singh is pro-Trump. I met Hirsch Singh. He's an Indian-American, American...
Do you mean like a Native American or Gandhi Indian?
Indian, from India.
Oh, okay. Like Nikki Haley.
Met him before. He's very good. But the thing I'm thinking, either people stayed home, or there was a lot of there's too much voter fraud in the state with the voting machines. I can't believe it's as blue as they say it is.
So do you think Bolton's going to clear Trump caller if he's called as a witness?
I'm not sure. It could. I think this could be a setup. I think that a lot of this stuff is a show.
Who's doing the setting up of who?
I don't know. It just seems like they're on trial. I don't see how Trump is on trial. I see that the Democrats are on trial, being exposed for their lying. That people look. The more this goes on, I think people are going to really get turned off again about it. You know, about the Democrats.
Well, the point is, for the good of not only Trump and the Republicans, but for the good of the country, this thing should come to an end now. Because the Democrats would like, in many ways, just to draw it out as long as they can and get it as close to the election as possible. And
Well,
if they're successful at manipulating things, they could keep it going on conceivably for indefinitely.
well, I don't get it because the Senate has a Republican majority, so I don't really understand why this is.
Well, what's important here is to tar and feather the Democrats because they're going to impeach them next month again if they get away with this, or they're going to go after Pence, and these impeachment managers need to be really schooled and humiliated. They really do, to stop this in the future.
Well, also, more and more people will be confronting them in public about their disgust, you know, in you know, what they're doing in their treasonous behavior.
They don't care about that. You know, Schiff is from Beverly Hills. That's, the Hollywood crowd.
Well, I'm really tired of it. I really wish Durham and Barr would come out already with their stuff. I don't know what's taking them so long.
They're probably waiting for this to be over.
Well, I don't know. Well, they should have come out earlier. I don't know if this is being used to gather more evidence against them. Maybe they're investigating the impeachment without us even knowing.
Well, it should be another great day today. I thank you for your call, and we'll talk to you again soon. We thank all of you for joining us. Another day in front of the television sets, watching the questioning should be fascinating. Should get into some new stuff today with the format, and we'll be back to process it all tomorrow. Until then, on behalf of Brian, I'm Steve. God bless America.
Our president is being harassed by the left with the impeachment trial.
Don't go yet, guys.
Support President Trump. Join Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, as we stand up for President Trump at
Hold on.
Wings Plus.
Make sure you guys subscribe, okay? Take care.
Together. Wings Plus is